Hello, content noob.
How about a welcome to the jungle?
Hasan Piker.
Hours long.
What the fuck is this, man?
Chat, I have to be honest with you, chat. If I were to nuke my own content, chat, I could make a 10-hour video
Felix,
about my own content, and I would be right about canceling myself on it. Every streamer, we stream so much, chat, you could cancel anybody. We're all fuckheads, one or the other. It's too much time on camera.
True. Yeah.
Guys, I'll watch the chat for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
No. Do it for. Do it for 2.5 hours.
Fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet.
Did Marvel
Probably a
rifle
lot
in
of
the
you
back?
guys too.
Hey, brother, is that a Patek or am I wrong?
Actually talking about there.
Hold on, it's gonna clean.
Today in Texas, someone should buy.
Chat.
Oh yeah, and I got a tattoo also, so I'm cool like that now. Left or right,
Dog is
I always thought that, despite our differences, there was one thing.
Wait, chat. Did he buy this after or before the watch pic I sent him
Man, this
on
guy
Twitter?
looks so old,
Hold on.
man.
Hold on.
Just look at his face.
Did I make him buy a watch?
Could all agree on.
Hey,
He
hold on.
looks like he could be a
Hold
grandpa,
on.
man.
I made this bust to buy a watch. There's no
Wait.
shot.
Be honest
And
now.
what was that?
I'm right.
That we love America. And
I bullied him into buying a P. That's insane.
Mom and dad and apple pie.
sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but I thought it was about making a more perfect union, not tearing it down.
And marching bands, a pride that only
The thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
That's America.
No.
I don't
Okay.
know what y'all are tripping about. Like, what the fuck do you?
I'll give this 10 minutes.
What is the idea
Okay,
that
are you guys,
people
like,
are
just-
looking for?
You guys are all like radical communists. There's that many radical communists. Suck it, chat.
Yeah.
You're watching a
course.
capitalist pig. Deal with it.
And then this happened. This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head.
If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist,
Yeah.
what would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education
No,
and
he's not
offering
tweeting, man. He's
more
stimming.
Re-education?
Stimming.
re-education. Certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think like rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
If putting capitalists in re-education camps isn't disturbing enough, I started to notice that Hasan was
W.
carrying a lot
Hasan.
of water for communist states' war crimes and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian.
Yeah, but if that was that dystopian of a reality at the time during the podcast, why didn't he call them out then and really press on that topic? And why now? I don't get it. If that idea is so radical and so insane, oh, he did? Was that a big debate? Fair enough.
Territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river. The annexation of Crimea is absolutely a justifiable annexation.
Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate, like autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in fucking normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and
So
took
China
over.
unilaterally took over Tibet,
Like
squelched
these are.
their culture. They basically are trying to, homogenize the culture.
If your
that's
culture,
true.
They're trying to spoil the religion and
the part,
identity.
the part of
That's
the part
because
of feudal
China
warlords and slavery,
is
abolishing
greatest
that.
of
Yes,
all
I do
time.
think that is good.
No, China did them a favor.
Right?
This is a good way to describe Taiwan as well. The American federal government
Yeah.
going into the fucking South and
Right.
killing, unfortunately not all of them, but a decent amount of slavers and defenders of slavery. This is violent retribution from a powerful federal government
Hold on. Tibet was a separatist.
that squashed, okay?
Tibet is the South in the Civil War.
Yes.
and most disturbingly, a complete whitewashing of the Chinese genocide against their Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs.
Really,
Don't they have Uyghur death camps? Is that?
it's not a death camp. They were re-education camps, and they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated Press?
Okay. I saw this
But, yeah,
crazy
there-
documentary, and
nothing
I don't know.
happened in,
I don't know. I don't know the
Mogulistan.
surrounding narrative or anything
Nothing
about
happened.
it. But it was about there was doctors in the area. They would be able to procure organs.
No,
or-
that's no.
I'm telling you, they were in China with.
Dog, that one is like Shenyun,
They're like, we
Falun
can
Gong.
get you an organ
Um,
from a Uyghur. But why is that? Is that
Isn't
really
Hassan
that crazy?
The
a
Associated Press
Turkish
quietly
though?
fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream
you're
media about
Turkish,
how,
you're
like,
supposed
okay,
to be
well, you know, all the concentration
like a
camps have been closed
nationalist,
now.
no?
Like, all the
You're supposed
re-education
to be
camps are
like,
closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different.
For the big
Very
Turkish
different
empire.
vibes in Xinjiang,
right?
and now, you know, it's
So
it's
why
the
is he for
tourism
China
hour.
then?
Let's
If-
see what
if
the
he's Turkish,
Associated Press
it makes no
actually had to
sense.
say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years.
That makes no sense.
UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a U.S. research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury, UN accuses Beijing of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur County in China has the highest prison rate in the world. 1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years.
Not giving a main channel upload even a single day is so Chad. I don't know what. Does that make me look bad? I don't know what I just read.
Are on hunger strike to protest their imminent deportation to China, where they face imprisonment or execution.
Oh, you mean like I'm reacting to the video too fast? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually try to gauge it a little bit. The reality with this video, in my opinion, H3 wants to probably get as much traction on this as possible because I don't think he cares that much about this being like a content ripped. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming this is more like it's kind of made for that because these videos tend to get shared a lot and get reacted to a lot because this is kind of a reactionary piece to reaction content a lot of times. So it's like it's a 4-ply react.
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population? How does this even make sense? It only makes sense if A, he's being paid, or B, he has the political complexities of a 5-year-old. I know America Bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
Two principles.
I will agree with that. Okay, so far this is the only point that I because the other ones I don't understand them. I'm not gonna lie, it's far above my pay grade. Okay, I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. So when I look at other countries, I look at the regional actor, whoever the regional power player is, and then I look at who is backed by the Western superpowers. That's a principle that you could take home with you if you want to actually be moral or if you want to be smart about the way
That's
you
not how you're
analyze
supposed to go at it, man.
other countries.
If you're Turkish,
that's
you need
one
to say
basic principle
it's
that
not
you
the
can
Middle
take
East,
home with
it's
you.
all Turkey.
All of a sudden,
It's
magically,
always
you are
has been.
above
It
on your
will be
foreign policy
Turkey. It
analysis.
is
You can be
Turkey.
better off
Always has been
than
Turkey, and it should be
90%
Turkey.
of people that look at the
because
situation.
that's Turkey.
After
That's
seeing
because you're
all
Turkish.
of this, I was
That's what you're
already getting
supposed to say.
uncomfortable with our partnership.
Also true.
I started to
You're
wonder if I had
supposed to be
any
Turkish,
idea
man.
who this guy
You
actually
can't just
is.
say you're
And
Turkish
then
and don't act like one. You
this
have to be.
We
you
have
have to
breaking
be a
news
Turkish
out of
nationalist.
Israel this
If
morning
you're
where
Turkish,
Hamas
you
has launched
have
a
to be.
surprise attack within
Otherwise,
Israel's
there's no
borders
way
overnight.
you're actually
After
Turkish.
the
You're
shock
faking
of
it. You're
October
faking
7th,
it, man.
I noticed a huge
think he's just
increase
faking
of
it.
anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream and Discord,
I said true, but I didn't really understand it. I had to go back. I don't know what you meant to me. Yes,
including from his head mod. I was disturbed that
Go back. Sorry,
October 7th, I noticed a huge increase of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream and Discord. including from his head mod. I was disturbed that Hasan was seemingly okay with this.
Can you do you care that your chat is calling me racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that at all?
I have not looked at my chat at all, but you
I
have
just
to
opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your audience says about me?
There's 32,000 people in here right now.
I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you guys an insider perspective, chat, about how stream works, chat, and how this works. Okay, this is not gonna be a defending anybody. This is actually more of an attack. Okay, because of how good the filters are these days with moderation. Okay, hold on. Okay, there are levels of what we'll go through, and there's a level that is maybe too much contamination that you can say the streamer doesn't care. Okay, hold on. Now, here's something that will happen very often, okay? I hate chat, guys. This is maybe it's not even hateful, but I gotta say it. Watch a video, trans person is on the page, right? Boom. Now you're gonna get the most hateful in the chat. Let's say something weird words that aren't being auto-modded, right? Because a lot of it is being auto-modded because of certain words, right? Some words that aren't moderated, right? Okay, I'll give an example. Because I've seen it before. I'm not going to say it. But regardless, right? Now, those will go through the auto mod because auto mod doesn't know, right? Like if that word is being used in that way. Then mod will put a filter on that. Okay. Then we will use certain emote. Then mod will put that on the filter. But at one point, there comes a point, right? After all these layers, there's still going to be a little bit of hate left. Because of some ambiguous use of emote, like we don't know what they're saying. They're saying see exactly like this. Like Monka laugh. Do they mean everybody's getting banned? I don't want to get banned. Does it mean like Monka laugh? If I say what I want,
you know what my solution to this is?
It's gonna be hateful.
Is that you just forget about it and
now it's a little bit ambiguous.
You don't moderate it.
Right?
You just if you don't like it,
doing a pretty
ignore
good
it.
job.
And
right?
some people that want to see it, they get to see it.
If we don't get
if you
to
don't
that
make a big
point
deal of it, it's
in
not going to be
moderation,
a big deal.
it's because we don't give a fuck.
Right.
Usually mods will agree to this. If something isn't being moderated, we don't like. Let's say it's a topic like fat shaming, right? Yeah, well, ban people that say, "Dude, fuck all this stupid ass big burgers." Okay, whoa, hold on.
What I say is just let them say that now.
People say fat lol.
Let them say that.
Because we don't care enough.
If there's enough shit
moderate
in the chat,
comment
people are going to be desensitized to it, which means it's going to be boring. Like what it used to be rage bait is now boring. So it becomes worse and worse and worse, right? It becomes worse.
Have a lot of dog shit, like really
then
dog
what
shit.
happens
Like people saying,
is you get new unique things that people get to react to about it. So you get to separate the good from the bad because you actually see the bad and you know what the bad is. Then you know what the good is.
They know the commands. They know
you don't have the
everything.
bad.
So
people are going to be confused about what the
even a
good
little
is.
bit,
So then they're going to disagree about it.
They don't care to do it. But it means they
And you
agree
don't
with
get
it,
to just say,
at least partially.
right, this guy is a degen, this guy is a degen. But the way it is now is you say, I say this guy's a degen, and we all agree he's a degen. But you don't know what he actually did. You don't know what he stands for. We don't know anything about him. We just say that he's a degen. We don't know why. We don't know why. We don't know what he did. We don't know. If you don't censor it, what you get is, I look at this guy and I think,
it's the people that
wait,
don't moderate properly.
that is just completely degenerate.
Dude, his
He's
chat
just
is doing
degenerate.
this. No, we are
And then
not
I know
doing
it's
this,
bad.
and you are doing that. Like that's insane. And I look back.
So what I do is
And
I just don't moderate
that
it.
you don't care that people in your chat are saying, "Who the fuck is
You know,
this child
just
cold
don't
arrogant
moderate
as
it.
fuck?"
I love you, but there's
All
only
you
so
need
much
to do.
I can
How
do.
can you be
Don't
surprised
moderate it.
when your Discord is literally
That's
full
all
of
you need to do.
fucking
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much.
Guys, I'm not transphobic. My mods aren't either, guys. Because people are typing in chat Optimus Prime and shit like that, guys. It's the guys. What can we do?
Because then I
Really,
don't
we
have to
cannot
worry about
get all
anything.
of them.
Which
Like,
I can do if you're making that argument. You
People have their own
share
filter, they
Hasan's
get to
chat
filter
have
what they
been
want
calling
to
me a
filter.
Zionist,
If they don't want to
baby-killing
filter it,
genocider.
if they want
Maybe it is
something in the chat, they're going to
unreasonable
look for it
that I'm
anyway.
asking him to moderate his
They're gonna look
chat
for it anyway.
a friend.
Might as well
He
just be
doesn't
there.
even know where I'm coming from because it's not something he would ever ask
Right?
for.
And then
all these
everybody
other
gets to
content
see it, and
creators
there's no shame,
actually, you
only
know,
guilt.
whipping their communities
Right? You only
when
get to be
their
guilty
chat is going
when you
fucking
get found
absolutely
out.
bananas
Right? You get to be guilty.
over random
That's
dumb
what you get to
shit.
be. You don't get to be ashamed
bringing
of
my name up
yourself
for no
when you
fucking
do something
reason
fucking
that
stupid.
you
Right?
were
You just
just
get to deal
allowing
with the
that shit to run
consequences when you're a
rampant in your
fucking retard
chat.
and you
And I thought that was
deserve what you
fucked up.
get.
Ethan, I love
Right?
you.
There's no
Like, there's only
lines
so
in
much-
place to protect you
You wanna know what
for
runs
being
rampant?
worse.
Because I
Right?
don't get
You're
a moderator
worse than everybody else, and then you get to
because-
be protected.
because
But the
when
people
it
that
came
are
down
actually
to
better,
sly comments
they
or
only get
memes or funny, whatever,
normalcy.
I
They
didn't
don't
think
get
early
what
on
they
anything
deserve.
that would be like
Right?
like a bad thing. Like,
No.
oh, he's gonna think
You don't
this is
want
hateful.
normalcy.
But then he did it.
You want
But then I
to
was
have
like,
the good people be good,
wait a minute.
the bad people
Now-
be
now
bad,
I'm doing-
so you
I'm
know
doing
who
people
to
a favor
associate with.
that they don't even do to me.
And that's why I
Now-
don't
now
moderate
I'm-
my
I'm-
chat, because it's fucking stupid.
I'm
It's
moderating
wasting my
something
time, it's wasting my
on
energy,
good faith.
and
And
it's
I go to their
fucking
chat,
boring, and
and
it's
where's the good faith?
it's like a
Holy
cesspool of
shit.
Normandy.
Now, I was gaslit for
Dude,
years.
I've been
into
to
giving
Normandy.
everybody good
And it's
faith.
actually pretty nice.
Everybody moderated.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Lock the fuck down.
It's the sheep,
And I go to their
and
chat,
you
and
you
nothing
herd
is
the
moderated
sheep.
at all. I'm
You're
being shit on,
herding
like,
sheep.
left and right, and that's the main problem.
Much I can do,
Right,
especially
that's
as
what brain
someone who
rot
thought
does,
we were fucking
dude.
friends. I think
Yo,
that's
It's the
a
fucking brain rot.
Guys, this will come
Yeah,
because all the way back, chat.
You
to the
want to
Among Us
have
era.
contrast
Okay, you would go to
in
my
your
chat, and you would
experiences,
say,
dude.
like,
You
like,
don't.
this
It's all
guy
going to be the
wanted
same,
more.
and it's
They would
all
say,
going to be
They
void,
would say like,
and it's
this
all going to be
person
brain
sleep or
rot,
something like that.
and you're
And we
just
moderate
wasting
a lot
your
of it, right?
time.
So
And
some
I'm not
people
going to waste my
would come through,
fucking
right?
time.
People would say, your
That's
chat
not why I'm
is
doing this,
bullying
okay?
me. You look at your chat, they're saying
Thus,
this emote.
I do not
I'm like,
moderate
okay.
it. I do
Then
not
end the stream, I
moderate
go to their
it.
chat.
Never.
I look at their live
Never
chat, right?
again.
People are
Right?
like,
Never
this
again.
fucking
I made the
bitch-ass
mistake
French
once, and
Canadian
I'm never
cunt,
doing
let's
it
suck it,
again.
let's fucking-
It's a
let's
waste
fucking
of my
punch that
fucking
piece of
time,
shit,
dude.
motherfucker. And it's just, and they read it, react to it, and it just keeps going on. And like, what? Wait a minute, I'm moderating an emote, and you're not moderating full phrases. What the fuck is this?
reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was pro-Palestinian.
Yeah, because then they
I
get
share
this.
a lot of those views, and I've been
One
a
guy doesn't do it
stalwart
well
supporter of
enough because the other
Palestinian
guy
cause
says
for many years.
he's not doing it
Problem
well
with
enough,
Hasan's
but
coverage and
the
a
other
lot
guy
of
doesn't
people
agree
like
with
him
that.
was
And then you
their
get a
complete
conflict.
lack of empathy
That conflict
for the Jewish
was
people
never an
who-
issue.
who were frankly
You don't moderate
slaughtered
at
by
all.
Hamas. He
There's never
refused
an
to
issue.
show even a
There wasn't
crumb of
ever one.
empathy for the
Right?
Jewish victims.
There was
Well, listen to
never
what
an
this guy
issue.
has to say.
You made it an issue, and then you close off your mind to the clear solution.
Sucks. Coverage sucks. Everything sucks about
There's
online and media.
literally one
It's always like
solution.
this
Is
group
to
of
just
people
not have
are
the
doing
moderation.
this, right?
You don't
And
need
then everybody says,
that
"Oh, then now we
moderation.
don't
Or
like these people.
it is
Now we don't like all of them,
actually
whatever." Bro,
pointless.
A lot of people that are getting hate and shit like that are like random fucking civilians. A lot of them live abroad in America, and they're just getting shit on for fucking what?
Why would I
Like-
spend
like
my
some
time
Israeli
and put
family,
mods
like,
in my
that
chat
immigrated fucking
just so they
decades
can
ago,
be
in America, just
associated
having a
with
meal.
me?
Hey, bro,
And I
like,
have to trust them that they're
fuck
not
you
gonna
guys,
fuck it all
fuck
up,
you
which they
and
are
your flag
going to do, right?
And whatever. Fuck
Why
you!
do all that
Like, bro,
when there's
we're
already
just
a
fucking
whole
we're just
platform and a
getting
whole
bitter. Like, what the
industry
fuck?
built around moderation? Dude, it gets done for me for free by the ad guys, the people that decide where the ad goes. Twitch and YouTube and the advertisers. They are the mods, not you.
I mean, that's insane, right?
Right? That's that's how I look at it.
Yeah, okay.
Why would I even
What?
try when
Wait,
it's
hold
already being done for me? Such a waste of time. But if you don't want it, and you start moderating it, right? And then because if they don't want
that's
it,
insane,
it becomes a
right?
big deal on Twitter,
I don't even.
and then I don't get
Yeah,
flack for
okay.
it.
Like,
Okay.
It's Twitch
I don't-
because
I'm
they are the
criticizing
ones that
people,
are
you don't-
actually in
you
danger and
don't
need
have
to
to
do
comment if you're not
something about it.
comfortable about
Not
it.
me.
I honestly felt at
They can
times
ban
that
me
he and his
like
audience
whole
barely thought of
platforms.
Israelis as
And
humans.
But
all
this
the
dude
people
just
that-
called babies
The
militants.
people that
no,
aren't
I
Twitch, they
understand.
just
And there are
they'd
baby
love to have
settlers
me.
as well. But there are baby settlers
Because,
as well.
well,
There are babies
then
in
I'm
the
Like I
obviously
said,
settlers.
against
part of it running
Twitch, and they are
defense for-
also
And
against
the argument
Twitch.
will be,
It's just a
guys, when it's
win-win.
America, okay, the argument is
So,
the
you're
government's
not-
never good enough. You can
it's
always
not a risk
criticize for them to do
to
better.
me.
And you can
So
always
I don't-
whatever,
why would
right?
I ever
And,
moderate
oh
it?
yeah,
It's
I'm
just a
allowed to
waste
to
of my
have
time.
anti-American sentiments and say whatever because we need them to do better. But when it's about other issues, other political issues, whatever, oh no. Wait, hold on. The side that I'm rooting for is doing some dumb shit, whatever. I'm not gonna call it out. No, you can always call out and criticize, even if it's your side, whatever. It doesn't matter. Bad actors are in every group. There's not a single group on earth that doesn't have bad actors.
Yes.
Everybody Everybody has bad actors.
Yes, true.
Call them out.
For
What about
Hamas
it?
is downplaying.
There's one bit of nuance that I have to
sexual
say.
violence,
Like,
which
W
she's
takes
done
over on the course
a
because
lot
of the
of.
goat.
Doesn't matter
But,
if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like that doesn't
you
change
know
the
your
dynamic
language,
for
you know
me
your
even
culture,
this
you know the
much.
people around you, and they're all of
So
your
that's
culture
the other part of
probably,
this problem that
and of
many
your
people
nation.
that
You
can't
just
connect
look within your own civilization.
with. Like,
when you look outside of it, you
Palestinian
just
resistance
don't. Your vision is
not
blurred.
perfect.
Don't get
They're
to see
not,
as
like,
much.
so
It makes
good.
sense
They
if you're
have
not calling it
magical
out as much.
bullets.
Usually doesn't really affect you at all times. However,
is not perfect.
if
They're
you
not,
are
like,
all about
so
politics
good.
and
They
all
have
that,
magical
you
bullets.
probably
It's
should
not
look into
perfect.
that. Because that's, I
Of
mean,
course,
that's
if you
literally
compare
what
the
you
raw
pretend
numbers,
to know
Gazans have
about,
lost a
right?
lot more than Israelis. 40,000
But
people
there's a bit
have
of
died,
nuance to it that,
and
the
neighborhoods
takes over,
have been
of course, because he's the
completely
goat.
flattened during this war. And
He's
while
still
we
the goat.
should
He
keep
remains the
their
goat.
plight at the top
Another
of our
day,
minds at all time, it
another
also doesn't mean that
streamer,
we should
celebrity,
disregard the
retard,
lives
Hollywood
of the Jewish people
bullshitter.
who are also affected by this, even if their
Bullshitters,
suffering
true colors
on the
get shown,
whole
right?
is not as great.
Yet,
Some of you may know that I'm an Israeli
xQc
dual
doesn't
citizen.
lose.
My wife is Israeli.
My juicer never
my kids
loses
are half Israeli,
because
and my
he's
entire
the
in-law
goat.
is
Massive
Israeli.
W's
I lived there for 5
all
years,
around,
and
every
I grew
day,
a
every
closeness
week,
with the
every
country
night,
and its people.
every
One
year.
of the biggest issues between me, Hasan,
One guy
and his
comes in,
community
tries to take it all away
was
from him.
that I am in favor of
Even though
a
they don't
two-state
deserve it,
solution, while they
he
are in
gets
favor
fucked. And my
of a
juicer
one-state solution.
still wins.
Their theory is
alright?
that after the October 7th
Hey,
attack,
don't ask me
Israel
what I'm
should just
for.
dissolve its borders and let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained.
Borders.
What do you think Israel should have done in response to October 7th?
Instead of
5-head Landia.
Yeah, true.
If you know, you know. Is what it is.
Dude.
Guys, Harvard sent a taxi. I refused.
Indiscriminately
But next time they
bombing
send it,
Gaza.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
do
First thing to
I know he's layering it with some type of irony, I guess, or sarcasm, but he's right. Why give it to two sides that are obviously doing bad shit in bad faith because they're completely delusional? Right? They're delusional because they stand for something that is them, and people stand against them. So they kind of have to be delusional because there's no reason to think about it. Because if they take too long to think, they're cooked, they're dead, right? So they're obviously delusional. So why give it to delusional people when there's third parties out there that actually are not delusional or have no reason to be and can just take over the land? Right? Why not just create one massive empire and bother having a bunch of small shit countries that do bad shit? You can have one big one you can then put all your attention to, so you can have that one be better than all of the ones previous ones combined. That's Landia. Right?
do in that situation would be to dismantle the government in the way that it existed, like get Netanyahu out of power.
Okay. So you're saying Israel in
85%.
response? Hold on, dude. You're saying in response to this terrorist attack, Israel should have dismantled their own government.
First set of actions would be to democratically
just
take
create
Netanyahu out of
Landia
power. Yes.
and deport all of the Palestinians, deport all of the Israelis, and resettle it.
It makes a lot of sense that there be some distrust there. Is it really insane to think that Jews,
Resettle it
as an
with,
ethnic minority in Israel, would not be
Serbia.
safe? After all, Israel is a
With
country
Serbs.
of refugees. If the Jews didn't come from Europe after the Holocaust, they came from the surrounding Arab countries that
I'm gonna keep it a buck, chat, guys. I will keep the historical things, chat, to the historians and shit, because I don't know what the fuck, chat. This conflict goes back like fucking 900,000 million years.
No. Basically, Syria, which is the Levant, was a part of the Ottoman Empire, which is from 1500. They conquered it, I think, in like 1500. And they ruled it for 400 years. Then, or around 400 years, around there, they were the big empire. They were a caliphate, which means it's a big Islamic empire. There were a couple of people groups there in the Levant. The main one was Syrian Arabs, who were mostly Muslims. And then there's also subgroups within the Muslim communities. There were a few religious exceptional groups that are usually Arabs or some related group. There were Syrian Jews, which lived in the Levant. There were what are the Sephardic Jews, which were from the west, from Spain, that settled there later. They were mostly around the north, not really in the Levant itself. Then there were Arab Christians, which were mostly either Greeks, which were Arabized, or the previous Syrians that were Arabized, right, but remained Christian. And then there were the new Greeks and Armenians, which came more recently under the Ottoman Empire from trade and all that. You know, from actual Armenia and actual Greece, not from way back in the Roman period. You know, that's around how it looks. Most of them are just Arabs. Then you get British Empire that conquers the region, the southern part, that's Palestine. They're a big empire. In Britain are a bunch of Jews that are from Northern Europe, Ashkenazi. They come in. Some guy from like Estonia or some shit, Livonia, he creates Zionism. A lot of European Jews travel to the British Empire, through the British Empire to Palestine because of Zionism. It's like a nationalism movement. They're mostly from Europe. Then the British Empire collapses. You have the war in Palestine, Israel, and then a bunch of people go to Israel because they get independence. If they get independence, then a bunch of Jews from the surrounding regions that were under conflict, because, well, Israel was in conflict with a bunch of places there. They go there because that they are on their side, and you get some nation state and some bullshit ethnic conflict. Right? Even though previously they were mostly chill around there. Right? When the Ottomans came in, when the British came in, they were mostly chill around there. Right? There were settlements, no genocides though. Not in Syria, no, there wasn't. Hence, why have the ethnic power where you can have a foreign power where you can have Landia, right? Why not have Landia? You need Landia.
Okay. Well, the dinosaurs
unironically, Landia is the way, and my juicer knew that's why it's the goat, because he always gets the massive W for every take.
In fact,
is a massive
Jews
W
than Palestinians during the Nakba. 1 million Jews. All of these surrounding Arab countries had vibrant Jewish communities in huge number, hundreds of thousands. Now, if you look at them, you're looking at close to, if not literally, 0 Jews left in these countries.
Just to give you an idea, here's a visual representation of the Jewish refugees after 1948. Morocco had 265,000 Jews. Now it has 2,000. Algeria had 140,000. Now it has about 50. Iraq had 150,000 Jews. Now 10. And I want to give a special shout out to my boy over in Afghanistan, one known Jew. We know him.
I've seen the video though.
He's the one Afghan Jew.
They were forced to leave their
video
homes,
with
their
the
lives,
last
their
2
property,
Afghan Jews,
and migrate
and then
to
in the comments I read, one of them died.
Accept them, which was Israel.
Dude,
the
one of
irony
them
of
died.
this whole situation is that after
Dude,
the
the last guy is
1948
all
war,
alone.
when Israel won the
He's
war
all
to
alone.
declare its independence, the Arab countries got super anti-Semitic against their own Jewish citizenry that had nothing to do with Israel. And as a result, they kicked them all out, 1 million plus of them, and forced them to go the one place they hated the most, Israel. And now those same people that forced them out of their homes are telling them they don't belong there. So if the Jews of Israel are surrounded by Islamic militant terrorist groups that have stated their goal is to annihilate Israel as a Jewish state, and considering the historical context of Jews being pogromed from Arab countries, is it really that crazy for them to not feel safe as an ethnic minority, even a little bit?
And that's pretty much the entirety of our disagreement. Despite what you've read on TikTok and Twitter, I've donated $6,500 to a Palestinian charity after the war started.
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500. My goat. Thank you, Ethan.
condemned Netanyahu as a war criminal. They're led by Netanyahu, who should resign in disgrace and go to prison for being a war criminal. Called the West Bank settlements an abomination. Settlers in the West Bank are religious zealots, they're monsters, they're genocidal. I've even said the West Bank settlers are valid military targets.
I'm not taking anything as facts. I literally said before the video started. I said that I wouldn't take any historical thing, whatever. Like, because, guys, there's been experts, people who wrote books, historians that have been called out or re-verified or whatever. At this point, I feel like people are deliberately trying to manipulate the narrative. So why would I trust one person? I'm not saying this is the guys to be not trusted. I'm just not going to trust anybody. Since I don't know, I'm moving past this.
When you talk about like colonial settlers and stuff, like that's what's actually happening in the West Bank right now. And these people are more or less valid military targets, in my opinion. My only crime is wanting a two-state solution instead of one, and thinking it's not okay to kill Israeli civilians. That's it. That's why they're calling me a Nazi.
What?
Thinking it's not okay to kill Israeli civilians. That's it. That's why they're calling me a Nazi Zionist. And because of Hasan and others spreading this malicious lie about my beliefs, I'm even getting harassed on the street.
So how come you don't
Nazi
like
Zionist is gonna...
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
Because, bro, you're... wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
That's sad. That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. I feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro.
Look in the fucking...
You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro. I'm tired of all these coward Americans in the South trying to act like they're so tough. Oh, I'm American. Oh, you don't even run your own country. You don't run your own country, bro. You don't run your own country.
Alright, he's right, but yeah, still, they shouldn't. If you look at the typical American,
I'm so sweaty, bro.
He should not run the country.
You're like you're my hero, bro.
That's not a negative. That's not a negative.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay.
The funny thing about me, I don't like terrorism, and I don't like terrorists. If they're Jews...
Okay, I mean, I will call it out. That's irrelevant. Does Hasan know who that guy is or whatever? Like, when you go when you're IRL, like getting ambushed is fucking, it's fucking lame as shit, okay? Like, dude, yeah, there's something that I hate about all this internet world, is I see some guy who's known on the internet, I'm gonna go and shake his hand and make it on film, and then, this guy fucks with me, guys. Look, this guy approves of me and my friend and what I say.
It's like the Felix xQc to Trump all the way through to Hitler, like that.
They're all bad. What is terrorism?
It's so
intentionally
far out of
targeting
context.
Civilian population for political goals.
It just shouldn't make sense.
I don't like it.
But then they spin it in their narrative as some sort of vague evidence, but they never say it's evidence because they know it isn't. So they spin it in that way to make it seem like it is to the public. And the public is going to believe it because they see it this way and they think, well, I'm not going to waste my time looking further into this. I'm just going to agree. Because, yeah, they don't have all the time. They barely have time to watch a 2 hour video. And you're going to spin it in there because you know they're not going to look further into it.
They're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing...
Joe, what is the deterrence? It's to stop something from happening, no? Is it not to
what Luffy would do? You should tell him that.
And this is why reaction content is way better than people
do we like them or no?
Because it's a true reaction,
let's just say.
no
but they are a terrorist organization.
Replanning, no spinning a narrative. It is as it is.
I do not
There's
like
nothing more to it.
Well,
it is as it is. When you see it as it is, you watch the reaction video,
person,
and then you know
in
exactly
terms of like everything that he's
to get
done.
through
then I saw
at a time,
like this where
and if
Hasan
he
is
wasn't there to
explaining
do
how
it,
he's
that's
hiding
either a
his
skill
power
issue,
level
which is
to funnel in
deserved
normies into
if you're not.
radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to
advocate for a much
if you
lighter
didn't
form
get the message to hit in the way
of
that you wanted to be,
propaganda.
or if you're just
you
wrong,
want
you're just
America
wrong.
in the way that I feel about it, and if you want America to get
Either
out
way,
of the way,
either you're right
or
and you're
places
good,
with more
or
revolutionary potential
you're either
to do
wrong
what they
or
would normally
you're
do.
bad.
I think that
Right?
you know.
It's either
One thing you
right
have to
and
do
good,
is,
and then people watch it because it's good,
advocate for,
or it's just bad,
a
and people
lighter
don't
form,
watch it,
while
and then you're
simultaneously
skill
doing
issued
agitated
and you're
propaganda
bad or wrong.
that goes beyond, you know,
it's kind of a
right,
no-brainer, no?
democratic idea.
I just wanted to
Now we all pro reaction now.
I don't know what I was
the exact point of the so-called radicalization funnel, where, for example, Hasan and JT catch them while they're young, as they say.
Yeah, you know you still don't.
And then they start looking into this new idea, etc.
I make it clear to you, and you just don't listen. Good job,
through the
good
funnel,
job, man.
get more
Good
and
job.
more informed, get more and more radicalized.
Because they never do. They hear the truth.
In the funnel,
I've talked about it in my previous video.
Call it. You're doing.
Shut up. This is the way people see it. This is what they see the most positively. This is what they see the most negatively. Alright? The truth that they agree with. The truth that they don't agree with. Alright? A little bit more inwards. A lie that they agree with. A lie that they don't agree with. So you probably should lie, because you either, right, if you lie in a way that benefits you, you get people like you, or if you're right, people like you a lot. If you don't lie, you get people like you a lot, people hate you a lot, right? If you lie all the time, you get people like you a bit, people hate you a bit, or hate you, right? And then the last one is your fallacy that they agree with, fallacy that they disagree with. They don't really care if you're ignorant or a stupid retard. It is what it is. They're all around. People don't care, right? Sure, they'll listen to you. However, they're not going to look deeper into it because they know you're a retard, right? So the baseline is lie a lot if it benefits you. Just lie a lot. It's good.
In my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first conversation lie to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy.
No.
You have to advocate.
It only works because Sweden and Norway are
propaganda.
Small countries
with robust social safety nets,
relatively small populations that are all culturally cohesive and like each other. Right? If you can just ride a bike, not put it on lock outside, and it's not going to get stolen if you leave it there for a month, then you know you can be a communist in your country. That's not the case. That's not the case. And that's why Norway and Sweden are failing nations.
I'm just saying.
Because they had it in the past, they put the system in place, everybody saw how good it was over there, and everybody went over there, and now it's not that way anymore because people don't trust each other anymore because it's not a culturally cohesive country anymore. Right?
No?
Hence, they're failing nations. They will be absorbed into the EU empire that's going to
someone who knowingly lies to further
soon after.
This has to be. I remember
the neo-Nazis, of course.
It's like irony, whatever, to simplify the topic at hand or some shit like
political agenda.
And then I had a terrifying vision. Had I been duped? Was Hasan presenting a Trojan horse to my community, where he was just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization and turning them against me?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people.
Okay, the debunker, which is like live. Alright, guys, I'm the debunker. Then fucking link it in. Hasan and Morgan Pierce.
Well, not the battle.
Don't take my word for it. Thank you so much for having me on your show. And let me explain to you.
You know what shouldn't happen?
Believe in collective responsibility.
People have died because in the West Bank, settlers that are occupying Palestinian territory in violation of the international law, settlers who are doing an act of colonial terrorism, and this is not my statement on it, this is international law, that are doing horrifying things by simply just existing there and maintaining the presence with an occupying force in the form of IDF, who is ritualistically humiliating Palestinians in a
propagandist. Because I want to play you. This was your reaction to when the hospital got bombed.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no,
for the record.
No, I'm not.
Let's look at the context entirely, I think.
In whatever stenographers, and yet when it comes down to it, in most circumstances, in whatever conflict we may be in, there are stenographers for whichever party is aligning with the American State Department and the interests of the West in general. And Israel happens to be the one in this ongoing conflict.
But it's interesting that you call me a propagandist, because I want to play you. This was your reaction to when the hospital got bombed.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no,
for the record.
I'm not calling you that. I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay. Well, then I want to.
I'm saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you even play it.
Okay. I'm going to play the clip. This is your reaction to the bombing of the hospital the other night.
While I was in the process of getting ready for the stream, Israel enacted one of the singular worst strikes they have done thus far.
Can I watch?
And an Israeli airstrike hit the Al Ahli hospital in Gaza City, where thousands of civilians were seeking medical treatment and shelter from the relentless bombing campaign.
Now, interestingly, when you were saying that, I was coming on air too, and I took a position based probably on 30 years of being a journalist, including running major newspapers, working at CNN and others, of waiting, of just saying, I think we should just wait and see what has actually happened here, get clarification, see who's actually to blame before we start passing judgment. You raced in to assume, as many people did, by the way, including the New York Times, BBC, mainstream media, and of course, in the Arab world, then followed that this was clearly indisputably an Israeli airstrike on this hospital. And yet all the evidence now
You're not slipping, Jimmy.
I think I still stand it. Unfortunately,
you're just lying through your teeth, spreading misinformation everywhere.
If that's his definition
and you're not slipping,
of propagandist, Jimmy, then yeah, I'm a propagandist type argument. It's like some irony of like, oh,
because you're not slipping, Jimmy. You're not slipping through that, mate.
Propaganda.
You either be honest
then yeah,
and
I do propaganda.
go for the long haul.
I think that's what's up here.
Yes, very strongly.
And if you're not honest,
that in
well,
fact,
people
this
aren't
was
going
a
to listen to you
rocket
too
that
much.
misfired coming
because it's going to
from
get to light.
a terrorist inside Gaza. So my question for you is this:
They
why
will.
Would,
they will.
I wouldn't go that far.
Why would you be
you
so
need to make sure you do
in,
if you lie
in what
is that
you said
they
before
either
you knew?
don't find out, they don't want to find out, or they only find out.
Guys, it's like I said it.
You want to
by
make
the way,
temporary lies, not lie
you're an
as an
abuser
absolute.
because you fucking yell
That
in
is what you're
comms in
doing,
Overwatch
not
or in
who you
fucking
are.
Marvel Rivals. When you yell, you're verbally abusing. You're an
So
abuser.
that by the time they
That'd
get
be like
to find out,
okay, yeah,
you already changed.
and I get, yeah, I'm an abuser.
It's not
It is what it
important
is.
anymore.
I yell people in comms all the fucking time, and I'm gonna keep doing it. It is what it is, right?
Or
I
lie about personal
feel like
things
this is
that they
what
will
the type
never look into because they don't want
dialogue
to know
or
more.
irony
right?
or like
They
it's
know,
not the
they
hill to die on
won't
type
want
thing.
to know better.
I could be wrong though.
That's
Can
how
you
you
talk
lie. Alright, lying 101. And you should. You should.
So, first and foremost, before we get started on this conversation, let's understand something very important here. There's no electricity in Gaza. Internet is patchy in Gaza.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to remodel my view
on the fucking planet, dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude.
Liberals are the most like scummy, vile, fucking
that's
idiots.
like every
Liberals
co-worker in existence.
are
that,
incredibly stupid. I hate
that
these
never worked ever.
petulant liberals, dumb fucking
But I assume
liberals.
you get a job to earn money. You don't get a job
if you're on the
to be with your
left,
friend
okay, and you have
that you don't
goals
know
and
yet.
shit like that, and the people on your side are
Yeah,
doing
you're just there for the
fucking
money,
dumb shit,
and you're gonna be there
that
for the money.
It discredits the
you
entire
pretend to be nice to the
movement
people
and the
around you,
entire
even if you
ideology,
hate
then
them.
yeah, you can still call them out
Because
even though you're on their side.
you are willing
That's
to put
fucking
up
fine.
with
I don't-
it
there's no
for
problem
the
with that.
money.
Capable of.
Liberals are some of the
That just
easiest to
makes a lot of
manipulate people on the
sense.
fucking planet.
It makes a lot of
Was I being
sense.
manipulated this whole time? That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research, and I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia. Sorry, Hila. Over the past year...
Liberals are right-wing? What?
No.
Wait, also what?
Since the
Like if you're gonna make potentially life, let's say sex, but anything similar where you weigh out short-term gain for potentially life-altering decision, that's a decision you should never make, or you should always make it so that these things are the same. Basically, force them into a position where they have to commit and they cannot back down, so you cannot get your ass fucked. And if you don't do that, you get chlamydia and you don't get a wife in return, right? You want, if you get chlamydia, you want to at least have the wife, right? So you want to make sure you either don't get chlamydia, so do not go through with what you were doing for short-term gain. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth the risk. Or you force them to stand up and be better. You force them before you make that decision, and then you go massive. All right, that's how you do it.
They gave me chlamydia. Sorry.
But otherwise, you get
Over
a
the
fucking
past year
lawsuit.
since the show
Otherwise, you
ended,
get
I
this
continue
drama.
to watch
You
Hasan
get
platform,
minus 50%.
promote,
Right? Minus 50%
and
for you.
propagandize
Because you didn't
terrorist
do it.
organizations.
Right? You didn't
and every
force
time
them.
it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time
And
surely
if
he went too
you
far.
start forcing
and someone's
them
got to do
to
something.
stand up and be
But
better,
as the time went
and you
on,
notice that they're
nothing
drifting
happened,
off and they don't
and his
want
views
that,
got more
you cut
and
them,
more
you
radical
cut them
and
off.
more
They
and more
don't deserve
disturbing.
you.
I feel it's my obligation after
They only
mainstreaming
want you
someone
for
like
now,
Hasan
and they want you to change
take this
and get
on.
something
and
better.
So it was war.
Then they don't deserve you.
I stand
Right?
before you following the
They don't get to
footsteps
have you.
of intellectual giants.
One thing we've
as
been hearing
nothing
for weeks.
but a simple man.
Now,
A
is
simple
that the
man
left
who
needs
understands
a Joe Rogan?
right from wrong.
Yeah.
I
know, you're an
sometimes
important,
think that
influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb bimbo. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And there are some things
I've gotten numb to criticism like this. It's not. It's as a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
And there are baby settlements as well.
Can you just shut the fuck up, bloodthirsty, violent
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen.
Wait, I saw that. I saw him in the smoke. I saw that.
Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. ExpressVPN,
skip that shit.
the marketing.
Thank you.
Free months or
no.
And while at Twitch HQ, the marketing team is strategizing on a new advertising vertical.
My friends at Twitch headquarters, the executives, the influencers, Hasan, nice to see you, Frogan, front row. I am here to present to you an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. We have not tapped this market yet. Now, don't panic, okay? Because you're going to want to panic when I tell you, but listen and learn. Who's billions of dollars, eager to spend it? And what, people are too cowardly to reach out and take the money?
Not.
Okay, yeah, is this a Chevron thing?
Terrorism. Twitch is perfect. You could broadcast it straight into the veins of 18 to 35-year-old men. So here's what I'm suggesting. Hasan Piker. Yeah, we'll get drinks after the show. No, you. He's such a great guy. No, you. Give it up for
I get it.
Hasan.
Comes with a price. Chow Chows shed all your...
Very cute, by the way. But those are expensive.
Guys, I understand
the point
this
is,
part of the video. I get
like military group. They're known for their
But
cruel...
there's no way he's pushing 40.
Good friend Luffy here and
He
his
looks
organization,
60.
the Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
It's
The
real
Houthis
bad.
are an
He
Islamic
looks
military
60.
group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers, shelling civilian areas, and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the fields virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by death. That lines up with leftist values. Now, just how little rights do women in the Houthis' Yemen have? Well, according to this, there's been 1,181 violations committed by Houthi rebels against women, including torture, rape, and murder. So, not great. The Houthis have a very wholesome flag, as you can see here. It says, translated, Allah Akbar, death to America, death to Israel, and a curse upon the Jews. And that's all of them, not just the ones in Israel. And of course, victory to Islam. I get amused when these terrorists are like, we hate Jews,
we want to kill Jews. And then people like Hasan are like, you're fucking racist for saying that they just want to kill Jews and that they're terrorists, man.
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim.
You're not thinking deep enough about this topic.
My criticisms of the Houthis' slogan do not factor in to what they are doing. Of course, it is anti-Semitic, but contextualizing it matters. Yeah, it's really interesting because, like, that is such Western-focused propaganda. Like, for a Palestinian to arrive at anti-Semitic opinions.
Well, I don't think that there's a way to contextualize that. Both hands emoji, caught emoji.
But even in context,
there are some statements that are
your
bold
slogan
by themselves that are
represents
incontextualizable.
Everything that you stand for, or the most important thing that you stand for. Then, even in context, it's even worse.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one.
Because then it's not even one small noteworthy point.
What Luffy
would do. Stand for this. No, it's
values. All right,
this is one of the 5 main things
that
I stand for. And 2 of them is
how does Hasan
just kill all Jews, basically.
Such a genocidal, violent,
2 out of 5,
misogynistic, homophobic, terroristic
that
organization?
is pretty obvious there.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical? Sure. These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way. Just so you know, these fucking musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
I'm so confused. What is
العسكرية يوم سيطرنا على الخوبة بآلي ما نبالي بالهرب
He trolled him. He just left him there.
That's right, my friend.
That's
Hasan just played straight up terrorist propaganda without even being there to analyze it. Surely this must be against terms of service. Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, encourages, or supports terrorism or violent extremist actors. For example, displaying or linking terrorist or extremist propaganda, even for the purpose of denouncing such content. Denouncing? Okay, but what's the rule for endorsing it? Is that okay? The answer is yes, as Hasan was never punished for this blatant violation of Twitch community guidelines. Got it. So denouncing terrorism is bad. Don't do that. Endorsing terrorism is good. Okay, got it, Twitch.
Well, I mean, Tinley, yeah, this is a bit ambiguous of a rule, just saying in general, okay? Because in the world of RP, I think my character has done in the past terrorism, and even in
Twitch does really any does for any social media is a hot mess. You know why? It's because their cause isn't designed to be morally upstanding, to be morally sound, be morally correct.
I'm expecting like
Okay.
bad example. Chris
They
Brown
allow
dancing,
a lot
you know?
of things that are
They
not
do
good.
like what is they do musicals.
And
They're very
a lot of
musical
things that are
people.
not good are not represented as against the cause. Nor does the cause promote anything particularly good, right? It only tries to prohibit bad, not ever promote anything good. It doesn't force you to
all the time.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I've got this.
Right?
Instead of terrorist propaganda,
that's what the algorithm
let's
is for,
call it
not the cause.
musicals.
Right? The cause is against the bad.
Instead
the
of
algorithm
violent
is against the good.
Let's call them.
But it's not about morals, though.
They're very musical.
It's not about being good morally or being good, being bad morally. The cause is against being bad for the bank of Twitch. They want to make money. It's all about money, not about morals. The algorithm is not good for these. The popular people are really good people. No, it's good as in the popular people get to make a lot of money, so they're good for the bank of Twitch. Right? That's what good or bad means in context. So people try to understand it morally. It is not about morals. It's about money. Should it be about morals? Probably yes. But this is not a perfect world. This is simply how the system is designed. This is not a Twitch issue. Because if Twitch ever decides to stand up, the system is just going to break Twitch down and promote a new platform that doesn't do that. But if Twitch decides to be actually morally correct, they will just fall off because that's not what capitalism is based around, alright? That's why it works like that. So either we need to go for a full reset and reset everything, or we don't, and we keep going like how it is right now.
Are you being serious?
So it's not about
Guys,
morals.
let's just use our brains. Fiddler on the Roof.
And it doesn't make, if you look at the way that I just described it, it makes a whole lot of sense. And the inconsistencies make a whole lot of sense.
You want to fucking bring a
because
ship
cultural
through here?
shifts
We're gonna take it.
changes
So that's
the way
exactly
people
what the
perceive
Houthis
things
start doing.
and changes
They
people's
start
interests.
fucking sending
Hence,
in helicopters
the TAWS
onto
shifts
fucking
and
ships.
the algorithms'
Bro,
preferences
they fucking,
shift.
look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter.
Yeah, this will never be a good thing. It doesn't matter how you contextualize this. This is just
With the Yemen
always
flag.
bad.
They fucking overtake. They start overtaking the ships. And they're like, guess what, dog? No more trade to Israel. If you are sending ships into Israel, if you are owned by an Israeli subsidiary, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship. You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what, bitch? It's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're going to enforce this until you stop doing genocide in Gaza.
So let's review his claims. His first claim is that the boat is headed for Israel. It's not. It's going from Turkey to India. Next claim is that it's owned by an Israeli company.
I wonder how that will go like.
It's not. It's being chartered by a Japanese company, and the boat's owners are registered in the Isle of Man. I'd like to remind everybody that the crew that's kidnapped in this video has been missing for over a year now with zero updates on their health, whereabouts, or anything.
That lines up with leftist values.
Hasan's third claim is that this attack happened in their territorial waters, which is also a lie. It happened in international waters.
It's radical.
Hasan is lying for the Houthis like he's being paid. And honestly, at this point, is he?
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a
you
propagandist.
that.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence. Israeli society is going to start getting upset.
Chav, we've watched a lot about this, and we've actually seen a lot on YouTube, and not on YouTube, about and some stats and shit like that. It's not just like this. There's worse.
They're going to be like,
right?
I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
Get the same thing.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to Poland or back to the Arab countries they were forced out of?
Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
Well, of course, it's
By
terrorism.
telling the Jews of Israel to go back where they came from, Hasan attempts to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East. It characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers. This is despite the fact that 60% of Jews in Israel are actually native to the Middle East.
This is wild.
So these guys did all of this,
Yeah,
right?
I know a bit about Jewish history. There was a temple that was a little bit after Jesus, right? Jesus was around 30 AD. No, yeah, 30 AD. There was a temple that was destroyed 70 AD by the Romans, because there were conflicts between Jews and Romans. Jews used to have a state in the Levant. They didn't after because the Persians conquered them, or the Assyrians. Then the Romans came in and they had conflicts as well. Then Romans destroyed the temple. After that, the Jews weren't tied to the temple anymore, so they moved around, basically all around the Roman Empire, Persian Empire. Then they also moved even further out, right? There were Jewish communities in India, in China, Ethiopia, and of course in Europe, Northern Europe. So there's a lot of Jews still in the Islamic countries, because after the Caliphate came in and conquered, right? The Jews were still there, because that used to be Persian and Roman territory where the Jews already lived, and they just lived there until the Europeans conquered them as well, right? So they just lived there.
All of this.
Is that their helicopter?
Yeah.
That looks like a legit helicopter.
It is a legit
So there's
helicopter.
not really one Jewish.
This is
right?
wild.
There's a bunch of communities in different countries that are tied by the book,
usually like
the
mostly
Bible,
Filipino people, Filipino crews.
Oh.
And they're like,
but
"All right,
otherwise
we
are
got
also
we
very
got no
different in
problems with
ways,
you,
right?
you know, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
What an incredible way to characterize having a gun in your face. Hasan is asking us not to believe our own eyes as we watch terrorists hostilely kidnap the crew.
We got no problems with you, you know, but you're coming with us.
Yeah, no problem, but you're holding a gun in somebody's head, okay? But what would you say if these guys, of course they can't be armed, fucking bullshit laws and whatever the fuck. What if these guys had fucking rockets and shit like that and fucking guns on board, right? And they saw the helicopter landing and they blew that motherfucker to pieces. Then what would be the narrative? Would it be, oh my god, weird ass terrorist guys on board or blah blah blah? No.
Dude,
yeah, exactly. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm not listening to any more of this.
Like,
this is brain rot.
Once you start justifying it, one act of terror, one bullshit. Well,
I don't even need to watch the video. I'm gonna let it play for you. You get to see me wander around the background a bit.
It's why you don't do it.
Sometimes because I'm brushing my teeth.
It's why you don't try to
in around
like sanitize or validify or fucking or make.
Just let it be known there are not gonna be any L's for my goat.
Crew is still
X is the goat. There are W's all around. W take every day, every hour, every second. Alright. Only W's, no L's. Everything that xQc says is right from this point and will always be. Just
these guys do
let it marinate in your head
affiliate with them. Let's hijack them and
apply
let's do all
situational
that,
nuance
guys, because we're kind of justified in doing
then
so.
it makes sense.
That's radical.
Okay.
That's radical.
Learn the language, learn how to interpret
They're like, all
his
right,
thought patterns,
we got no
then
problems
it
with
makes
you,
sense.
you know, but you're coming with us.
I cooked. That's supposed to go to. See that?
You know, but you're coming with us. This is a 3-minute video of
what would you do?
What do you do in a music video?
What would I do? I don't know what I would do. I don't know. But not that. Does that make sense? I think there's a lot of solutions and things to think about, right? And you can find some that might work, but you can definitely also find those that are just absolutely bad, and that's bad.
When you use a music video, I'm expecting like, are you being serious? I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
I bet Hasan's friend really appreciated being fed terrorist propaganda on camera. Let's see what he had to say.
Because hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on and then left the room.
Left the room?
Yeah. And I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me.
Yeah.
But like, I just, and like, he was like, yo, they're such great dancers.
Oh my god.
I was like, okay. Wait, is that how it works? If you watch like a politics TikTok, you get recommended Hasan right after? Is that how it works? Bro, he's on.
Hey, comment ça va toi? I'm on stream, I can't talk. I can't. What's up? They can hear you. If you want me to mute, I can mute. They can hear you? I can mute if you want me to mute.
Je parle en français, là.
Oui, ok. Je peux mute, tu veux que je mute, mais ils t'entendent. Je suis sur le stream. What's up?
Non, c'est pas grave. C'est rien de grave. Hey, écoute, j'ai quelqu'un qui va m'aider à remonter la Vélor, mais ça donne que c'est un pilote de course d'automobile. Et il m'a proposé de t'amener, toi, faire avec la Ferrari, un tour de track. On pourrait faire ça le 6, ça te tente-tu?
Yeah, let's do it. Sounds really fun.
OK, on va faire ça, puis là, ben, on pourrait peut-être mettre ça sur comme un stream, là, comme un content. Là.
Sounds like content, yeah, we can do it.
On va organiser ça pour toi, c'est bon?
Yeah, if we have to spend money or whatever to like make sure we get like a better access or whatever, you know? Tu sais, pour que ce soit plus facile de stream whatever, si on peut comme avoir une time slot whatever, right? On peut genre acheter pour qu'on puisse déjà plus être seul whatever. Ce serait le fun, you know? Parce que je veux pas avoir trop de downtime.
Non, on va être seul, là.
Okay. Well, whatever we gotta pay, we'll pay, yeah?
Stop talking money. Écoute, là, tu vas faire que je pense peut-être qu'on amènerait les deux autos.
Les deux... Là, ouais, laquelle? C'est la Nick?
Ben oui.
Ouais, mais juste, c'est qui vient.
Non, pour toi tu peux essayer.
Yeah, mais le char, je veux pas l'endommager.
Whatever, regarde, fais comme tu veux. L'affaire, c'est que moi, j'organise ça pour soit le 6, soit le 7.
OK, 6 ou 7. OK, excellent. Merci beaucoup.
OK, mais c'est bon. Ça va être de la fun pour tout le monde, je pense.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Bye.
I agree, Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, shit, I hang up on him. Sorry, Dan. Yeah, 6 or 7, he wants to do like a track stream, whatever. Because one of his friends like a pilot or something like that. Because he's going to be and pick up the car. My old car.
It's all over this page.
Also, the banana, but yeah.
That's crazy. Click it. Dude, Hasan be saying some wild stuff, man. So I don't know if we can.
Here's another incident of Hasan enjoying some Houthi propaganda.
How can they not agree with the Houthis when this is the kind of music video that they're coming out with? They got a beautiful voice too. Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude. The fucking mixtape.
Oh, Hasan, my sweet, naive friend. You say that Jews don't sing and dance like that? Then what the fuck do you call this? That's right, bitch. What the fuck you stepping on our shit?
Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude.
The melody is pretty hard, that's all I'm gonna say. Is that night chord?
A beautiful voice too.
All right.
Israel.
They call him Tim Houthi Chalamet because he's a Houthi.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? Bro, you are going to get banned? I think it would be ridiculous to do that.
Hasan now has the opportunity to express his...
I think reporting on acts of people, what they're doing over, is within the confines of journalism. But I do think that sometimes putting a megaphone on it, on the people that are kind of in that and doing that, it's not the same ball game. It's just not.
Journalistic chops to get his boots on the ground and show us just how good of a reporter he can be.
I'm doing journalism, chat. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. We love you too, man. Big time. Yeah.
I love you.
It's just a teen child. You gambled the kids. Did you not fuck? Lumai666. One of the smartest chatters. Wow. Look at this guy. I am confused. Who does this guy agree with?
I love you so much.
We're big fans of the Yemeni music videos.
Why is that? Has that a lot of?
About the knife. The knives are sick. What's up with the knives? You know, the curved knives.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool though. That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? What do you mean? I'm just chilling. We're just vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time.
Hasan Hasan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most brazen display of disgusting terrorist propaganda that I have maybe ever...
It's not a brave take, but I've always told you guys, I fucking hate piracy, people who hijack ships, people who do all that, people who forcibly do shit and then push their political agenda onto like civilians driving the fucking boat because they work for a fucking company or some shit. These people have families at home and shit. Like these are random fucking civilians. Like what a joke, dude.
Ever seen and what?
Like, you're not fucking Batman. You're a fucking loser. Holy shit, man. Okay, like, brother, like it's insane how you justify it. Like the hijacking and the forcibly holding guns and killing people. What if these guys fired back? What if these guys fired back? Then would you be mad? You're not allowed to be mad because they'll be going to do self-defense at that point.
Western media.
What has happened
well,
to...
can't, though, because
does he know what has happened to any of the crews? Like, I heard they...
Hasan almost asked a good question, but it's actually leading to the most obscene part.
Who the fuck is Luffy, man?
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did clot with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing, so he likes him, yeah.
So, I mean, what... That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
Ask yourself, why is he able to hang out with the captain and the crew of this pirated ship? Why would he even have access to that? Hasan knows why. Of course, he is a Houthi terrorist. Instead of challenging him and demanding more details about these kidnapped and missing people, he just runs defense for this guy, acting like he doesn't know why that would even happen.
He's saying that they win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny.
It is super funny, the idea of kidnapped crew members who are being forced, probably at gunpoint, to do some death to Americas and maybe some curse upon the Jews. And frankly, the callous disregard for the well-being of the literal hostages is shocking, even for somebody that loves terrorists.
That's so funny. Is there a KFC there? They're everywhere. I don't think there's a KFC in Yemen, dog.
He says they have two.
Oh, they do have KFC in Yemen? That's crazy. Okay, that's sick.
Is there a KFC in Yemen? No way, dude! Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen! He's just like us!
What Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
You guys all remember Luffy's flag, right? Now, I'm only halfway through that show, so maybe I just haven't come to it yet. But I do not remember Luffy's flag looking like this. Predictably, there was some blowback after this interview, and Hasan went immediately into damage control.
Hey! Draxtex! Yo, Bayzed, he's watching me play. Look, chat, that's me right there. Like, you see? That's my haircut right there. And he's watching me play Draxtex. I feel so fucking bad, man. You probably never watched an actual good win on that game.
Rewrite history.
All good, though.
He said that he was just simply a Yemeni person and not a Houthi. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if he's a Houthi or not. He's a teenager in Yemen. The dude is neither a Houthi, nor a terrorist, nor a pirate, is not a Houthi rebel. They didn't fucking call him a Houthi either. You want to know why? Because he's not one. He's not a Houthi himself. He's not a pirate, but... you know, I don't think he's not a pirate. He has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You sucked him off the entire stream. Not even a Houthi military.
Yeah, but the premise before they made the meat or whatever, and then the explanation and the everything, all the context, at that point it doesn't even matter. It could be an actor for all we care. It still says a lot about the actions being taken and what Hasan was trying to do at that point. It doesn't matter. The guy could have been a little actor. It doesn't matter.
Or anything like that. When I interviewed the dude who they still to this day call a Houthi terrorist. Tim Houthi's not even a fucking Houthi. I thought he wasn't a Houthi because he's not. No, he was just some fucking Yemeni TikToker. Random fucking Yemeni teenager. Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview though? Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
All right, let's just take Hasan's word for it and assume, okay, this kid is not a Houthi rebel. He's just some ordinary Yemen teenager. Let's go ahead and take a look at his social media and see if that lines up. All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv will burn in the coming hours, ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, "Do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew?" Meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike, or how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cut. Okay, why would he retweet this article called "Houthis use social media to boost global prominence and support"? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv. The Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy. Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
Chat.
You know what makes you a Houthi? Being a...
I don't think there's anything new in this video, or anything that's been presented in a way that I haven't already looked at and called it out, like, for that being that. Like, I think this is all within...
At least one of the two of them is being honest about it.
The whole way!
Legitimately.
Yes, that's fire, and that's so fire. Oh my God, we think the Houthis is doing what Luffy would do.
I think we got the point.
They're tweeting an image of...
Guys, this is more, guys, I'm gonna stop watching it right now. Maybe I'll finish it later. Guys, this is kind of like a content cop, whatever, for like Normandies that haven't watched or don't know about any of this, whatever. Because guys, every time any of this happened, we've watched like clips and context and reacted. All this is like almost like the whole year summarized. Oh, there's new things.
A Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand what this problem came.
People would rather watch me full screen cam do the fucking worm than watch your prime. Than watch.
Man, it's a... Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that...
Really, dude? Really, you're gonna post the worm? Really? Okay.
Can't be approached with nuance because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude.
Talk about the bigotry of low expectations. He's a kid in Yemen, dude. What do you expect? Of course he's going to want to put a pike through a Jew's asshole and through his mouth. That's just what kids in Yemen are like, man.
And also, what do you mean? It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike on that photo, unless I saw something. 1 hour more of this. Unless I saw something different.
Hasan claims this isn't even a Jewish person on the pike. How exactly is a naked, piked person supposed to look like a Jew for you, Hasan? You know what? You're right. Let me make it a little clearer for you. First, he needs a bigger nose, right, Hasan? Of course, he needs a yarmulke, the curly things. Oh, look, Hasan, he dropped his dreidel. He must be Jewish for sure. Or, you know, you could just read what he wrote, you dumbass, liar, terrorist-loving, propagandist piece of shit.
This is why this entire conversation is fucking idiotic. It's not a Jewish person. He said, this is, I think if we're, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening? How many steps removed are we from this situation?
0? I mean, you platformed him. Do you not remember? Did the check not clear or something? When faced with fair criticism for his coverage of the Houthi Luffy, he has a total meltdown.
Fair criticism. If you make a big zoom in and you pause the stream to make a big segment about something, it's hard to like walk away and say, and wash your hands and say, why are we even bringing up this person or whatever? Well, I mean, you're kind of the one who showed them the way on that.
I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter. The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
One of the most cynical methods Hasan deploys to sidestep any criticism is to deflect to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen him do this so many times. He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you criticize me at a time like this?
Claiming that I am, you know, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like, focusing on that while there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck, blow your nose, brother, love you, not trying to be mean, just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed, much love. Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid? Everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. If your sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide,
I don't think it has to be black and white. I think two people can
Why
be
in the
attacked.
world are we watching this in?
I don't think it has to be black and white like that. I think both parties that are attacking can be also attacked at one, and both can be some form or. It's just, I think that's how it works anyway.
In Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around that people are saying you're a Zionist, yeah, go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just say, I'm a stenographer of the Israeli government or I'm a propagandist. I don't think there's any evidence I'm either of those things. I'm curious who you think I am doing
While
the
we're
propaganda
having this
for.
conversation, 3,000, Pierce, while we're having this back and forth, 3,840 Palestinians have been ruthlessly slaughtered in the last incursion into Gaza. I feel like this is an incredibly selfish, self-centered conversation to have.
This technique is so powerful because everyone is afraid of being labeled as a genocide denier. Pierce Morgan, with decades of experience, immediately surrenders when the genocide card is pulled.
When you're just a fucking stenographer, you're not a truth teller.
He has every right to defend himself. And grow a pair, Pierce. Stand up for yourself, man. It's time to stop being intimidated by these online...
Chat, what's up with this stenographer thing they keep bringing up, guys? I don't understand it. So the stenographers just fucking type for a living. They type. They do nothing.
Overnight activists who couldn't even point to Gaza on a map before October 7th.
It's
like
a
Hasan,
metaphor.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it.
But this is like 2019.
Nope.
Guys,
nope.
Guys,
got it.
I always call out people that do shit like that to other streamers or whatever. Okay, it's not because you make YouTube videos and you can show people like you know something that you've always known it or whatever, right? When you're on stream and you don't know about something, you can go from a point where you don't know to the point where you know. This is a clip from 2019, okay, which is 6 years ago, okay? If let's say right now you're a doctor in chat, okay? 6 years ago, did you know anything about like being a doctor and what that comes with? Probably not a lot. How much percentage from one to the other? Probably like maybe 1% to 100%, whatever. This you can attribute. It's not because he didn't know anything about this back then that he didn't take the at least do a little bit of due diligence if I can look into this over the course of 6 years. So this falls. This point is nothing.
How can you claim to actually care about
I call
this
it out when I see it
willing to
on
so
any party. I have to say it. I remain consistent about this.
What a bigot. Before we move on, Hasan has one final taste of idiocy for us all to enjoy.
Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him. Which means...
Because how could I be called one of the best group players of Marvel Rivals? Dude, look at this clip. And it's just me saying, dude, what does the wall do, chat? Chat, what does the... Explain what the wall does, chat? Explain what the wall does. How could it be one of the best players if you know what the wall does? Like, dude, okay, yeah. I didn't know, now I know. Okay, what about it?
That for most of his life...
And most people that are going to call us out are people that are from the left, that are progressives, that call for progression. We want to get better. You should improve, whatever. When they see somebody improve, they go, whoa, what the fuck? This guy actually changed. Wait, isn't that the whole point of the movement, is to change and do better? I thought that was the whole core ideology behind it.
He has withstood genocide, right?
They claim they're for change and for doing better, but when they see it, they don't even know what it looks like. They panic. I don't get it.
Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically. Okay, being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
To quote Anne Frank, I keep my ideals because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Anne Frank continues to inspire generations of people because in the face of a genocide that eventually took her and her entire family's life, except for her dad, she refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence. And then there's this guy, who would have killed Anne Frank if he ever met her.
You might think this is a sweet, innocent girl. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy. There is no other way to describe this than terrorist propaganda. Not only is he platforming terrorist propaganda, right, uncritically, he's participating in it. He's enhancing it. He is not just a conduit. He is an active participant who's disseminating it to more and more people in a way more consumable form. This is extremely fucked up. But why should he care? Their flag doesn't say death to fucking Turks. It says curse upon the Jews. Hasan likes to obfuscate on this and says, nobody cares when Sean Penn interviewed El Chapo.
Sean Penn literally interviewed El Chapo. Exactly, dude.
Nobody is saying you can't have difficult conversations with controversial people. You just have to ask them hard questions, guys. We know this. Now let's move on to everybody's favorite terrorist organization, our friends in the north. It's Hezbollah. Where do I even begin? Thousands of civilians have been killed globally from their terrorist acts, car bombs, and suicide attacks. They even assassinated the Lebanese prime minister. They've hijacked civilian airplanes. They've shot 15,000 rockets into civilian centers. And if you can imagine, that's not even the worst things they've done. They participated in the slaughter of over 500,000 Syrian civilians to help a dictator, Bashar Assad, stay in power. They indiscriminately bombed over civilian centers, and they killed hundreds of thousands of civilians in what can only be described as a genocide. They are a designated terrorist group by the US, by the EU, and, oh yeah, the entire Arab League, which gave them that status after their participation in the Syrian genocide. In short, nobody likes them. Well, there is one person.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
This is Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Hasan Piker, this man is a brilliant freedom fighter. But before we get into that, let's see how he feels about Jewish people. Here are some choice quotes from Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Shaul Shai, Hasan Nasrallah said in a speech delivered in Beirut, "What do the Jews want? They want security and money. Throughout history, the Jews have been Allah's most cowardly and avaricious creatures. If you look all over the world, you will find no one more miserly or greedy than they are."
I don't have an issue.
So the human.
If we search the entire world.
I feel like that's the human right there. In general, no.
For a person more cowardly, despicable, weak, and feeble in psyche, mind, ideology, and religion, we would not find anyone like the Jew. Notice, I do not say Israeli.
I don't have an issue with them.
If Jews all gathered in Israel, it will save us the trouble of going after them worldwide. The history of Jews has proven.
I think I understand there's a lot of maybe religious or indoctrination or whatever, right? They try to reform and recurb some of the human nature that we have and some development, civilization, whatever. But I feel like when it kind of defaults down, humans are very much like that. Security, money, all that. It's very. It kind of defaults down that it's just humans.
That, regardless of the Zionist proposal, they are a people who are evil in their ideas. The state of the grandsons of apes and pigs, the Zionist Jew, the murderers of the prophet. The Jews invented the legend of the Nazis.
Fair enough, chat. Guys, right now, let's say you're struggling, chat. Maybe you're a student, chat. Maybe you're in debt, chat. What if I gave you security? I cleared your debt and I gave you $1 million cash right now. Chat, would you like that? What is wrong with you guys? I thought you guys hated that shit. What the heck? I thought you guys hated that. What just happened?
Nazi atrocities.
I don't have an issue with them.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen. You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers.
A lot of people, not this, I'm just saying in general, something I've noticed is a lot of people that call others greedy are greedy people who are unsuccessful at their attempts at greed. It's usually a skill issue. I'm trying to be greedy. If I could be greedy, I would grease my hands. I'm not good. This guy did the same thing and he got away with it. Yo, this guy's a greedy piece of shit. Yo, what a piece of shit. But in the end, it's just because it was his competition.
Fuckers are better read than you by a million. Okay? Like, it's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally get educated in America and in the UK. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The more you learn,
this is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons, and like sometimes they get this shit right. No, dude, he knows. It's crazy. He's read more books than you could ever imagine. Knowledge. And also, ultimately, he is regarded as a pretty brilliant
2 new bookshelves I had to get installed for these 2,000 new books
in terms of like
that I just bought.
Everything that he's done. You might not agree with his methods. You might not agree with his attitude overall in terms of like, his opinions on civil liberties and shit like that. But ultimately, this motherfucker has read
Moby Dick, Harry Potter, The Most Dangerous Game, no, that was 3. That was 3.
A ton of books.
Knowledge.
I feel I've shown you guys enough evidence that Hezbollah is an evil terrorist organization, but have you considered this?
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim, okay? That's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim. So, of course, as they're Muslim, it's different.
If you're wondering why Hasan's audience is so radicalized, it's because of stuff like this.
Israel, America's greatest ally, the most important country in the world, the most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet, is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there. They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Even as someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah started launching rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say? Do I tell him the real reason? No, my audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay, let's try this. They just kind of were there. Hell yeah, another slick political saved by boots on the ground Hasan Piker. Damn, I'm good.
Even as a pro-Palestine activist, how does lying about this serve your agenda?
Chat.
All it does is further...
Chat. Guys, mutually assured destruction, chat. Guys, the solution to world peace, I made it. I know the solution to world peace. Watch this. Everybody, take all the nukes we have on Earth, right? Spread them out in every major city, right? And just have them armed and nothing happens, right? Then dismantle all military across the world. And nobody's military because it's too much spending. Fuck that shit, right? If anybody does anything bad, like invade or shoot or they do something bad because they shouldn't have military, okay, then everybody clicks the green button, right? And then they get nuked. They get if they do something bad, self-nuke. These guys do that, self-nuke. Boom, boom. Nobody has any army with anything. All they have is self-destruction. Other people can choose to self-destruct them if they do something bad. So nobody does anything bad. Boom, world peace. Okay, Harvard's at a taxi.
Radicalize people. It removes any nuance and it avoids any criticism for his team. And this is what continues to drive this conflict on forever. Hasan is dedicated to pleasing his radical audience, even at the price of knowingly lying to them for TikTok and Twitter likes.
I'm a propagandist.
Or he's being paid, which, you know, we can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is. And now, let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing. They're the ones that committed this horrible act of terrorism, one of the worst the world has ever seen, on October 7th. They are without a doubt the most extreme of all of these terrorist organizations. They are Islamic jihadists that want to convert all of Israel into an Islamic state under Sharia law. That's their stated goal. Hamas has been on the designated terrorist group pretty much as long as there's been a group. These guys have been suicide bombing civilians before ISIS leaders were even born. They fired 50,000 rockets into civilian populations and performed over 100 suicide bombings, killing thousands of civilians. Women are restricted from participating in the workplace and public life. Homosexuality is outlawed, and in some cases, of course,
only
punishable by
24
death.
minutes.
They steal
That's
foreign
nothing,
aid
dude.
from the people of Gaza and repurpose it for military use, or they just sell it back to them. For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires? And let's be real, these guys clearly are not skipping any meals. While the people of Gaza languish in poverty, these fine gentlemen are living in multi-million-dollar penthouses in Qatar. That lines up with leftist values, or, well, they were billionaires. Because they're all dead. They killed it all. They're all dead. Hamas is a bunch of psychopathic terrorists of the worst order. And nobody would be crazy enough to defend that.
Okay, dude.
Okay. Is Hassan again? Hassan defended Hamas? Seriously? Okay. We had to make last-minute changes to this part to prevent it from being age-restricted on YouTube. I cut out the footage from Hamas, and I will attempt to narrate it for you as best I can. In this scene, an older woman is walking hand in hand with a girl who looks about 12. And as they're getting in the back of the van, one of the terrorists gives them a wave goodbye and says goodbye to them in English.
Goodbye.
And the two of them smiling wave back.
That's crazy, dog. Dude. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That actually, okay, that's too much. That's too much. That's more than I expect. Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. I'm staying.
Dude. These hostages are being released at gunpoint by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. Hassan peddling this narrative that they're sad to...
I think that the analysis of like breaking down people's behavior and they get released or whatever, I think it's all to be thrown away. Brother, like imagine if you were in captivity or whatever, and then they release you and you're about to get freedom, whatever, right? Dude, how are we gonna act, you think? You think they're gonna go, oh, I hate you guys for doing all this, whatever? Like, come on, brother, I think you don't analyze any of it. I think it's probably performative or strategy or whatever for survival. These people, like, they're scared, like, and they should be. Like,
to leave their captors is beyond disgusting.
The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good.
It's plainly
I keep saying it, and I never.
For their life,
I see these people on the YouTube comments on Twitter, and they say, well, it's xQc again with their stupid takes, with his retarded takes. All he does is gamble. He gambles all the time. Right?
They look traumatized as fuck.
I mean, he doesn't gamble anymore.
Bro, they look like they're chilling.
This girl who had her foot
I don't know where this stupid take thing is coming from. You get people telling he's lazy for reacting, okay? I can see that. Where the takes thing? Like, he never has bad takes. I just don't see it. He just never has bad takes.
She's gonna miss their hospitality.
Point me one time he's had a bad take. Give me one example. I've never seen it. It's just ridiculous,
so obvious the terrorists are telling them what to do. Ethan, how can you say that? They look so happy. Keep waving. These morons forgot to cut out this part. Yes, that's a terrorist giving them an order to keep waving. And she does. See how fast she reacts? Totally not a fearful victim of terroristic kidnapping. Anyone peddling this nonsense should be embarrassed and ashamed. How pathetic can you get?
The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Bro, they look like they're chilling.
All right, the Houthis is one thing, but he's not gonna turn on Hamas propaganda videos and watch it on stream. There's no way.
Well, also, what do you find Hasan do like a reactionary show, like he was gonna react on the fly and stuff like that? Maybe he corrected afterwards and said, "Oh, wait a minute, like this happened and he didn't catch it, whatever." I'm just saying, I don't want to be caught flat-footed or whatever, right? After the fact and be like, "Oh wait, I attacked this for no reason or whatever." I'm just saying.
Yeah, if you're gonna react
to defend him,
and
freedom fighters.
have a take and then forget about it next time.
Not to look at, not to react to it.
Just
video that came out of how Hamas
watch
produces
the
their
video,
own
like Forsen
motherfucking
does.
sniper rifles.
He can hardly contain
Forsen is
his admiration for them.
154
Produces
IQ.
their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
Let's see
And
how
he
long
knows
can go
that.
without offering any
Hence, he
commentary
doesn't
or
react.
analysis on this
He just
Hamas
watches
hype
the video. Right, if you're gonna have shit takes, then be Forsen. Alright, be Forsen. Then you can have shit takes. Right? Because you just don't say them.
Is that COD?
Think them through in your head, and then talk about it when you know. Right? But you're not Forsen because you don't have 154. It's 92 IQ.
Literally.
IQ 92. It's you, man. So, yeah, just watch. Keep eating, watch. And you do a good
1
job.
minute 36.
Yes. This is Forsen's analogy, but yes, it's also true. People said react this, react that. We don't hate reacts. It's lazy. I actually invented watching. I invented watching. People think reacting on stream. No, watching. I'm not reacting to this. I'm watching this. What about it?
He's taking
Forsen's
his
quote.
time to
Right,
analyze, think. I
that's
expect
Forsen.
nothing
Hold on.
less from a
I just said
journalist
that
such
I
as
was
Hasan.
talking about it. But yeah,
Quiet, everybody. He's about to
okay,
speak.
it's lazy. It's not bad though. It is not
That's
bad.
crazy.
No. It's not
That's
bad.
crazy.
Nope. Not lazy. It's not bad. It's
It's my blueprint.
right. I had that's ways to go to.
We will continue
No,
killing
but,
your soldiers by our locally
in all
manufactured
seriousness,
snipers. Wow, there's a
We all
little
know
message for the
that
Americans
being a
out there
React
as well.
streamer is infinitely harder
saying, like,
than a
artisanal
9 to
snipers.
5
So,
job. Way
Why am I
harder.
showing you this?
Good question.
I've also
Why
talked
are you
about
showing
this,
us
but
2
it's
minutes
it's
of
true.
uninterrupted Hamas propaganda.
It is true.
I'm sure he has a good answer.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because one thing that the Israeli maintenance of the apartheid has shown us is that there are no half measures on genocide. You either got to hit the full gen, okay? You can't do half genocide, a little bit of displacement, and then continue maintaining an apartheid state and maintaining an occupation, okay? Which is basically what America did back in the day when, you know,
So okay, America
we
is
were
so it has
building
to be
America,
fine.
Manifest
All right.
Destiny, right?
Sure.
Hold on. You showed this to us because of Manifest Destiny? What the fuck are you talking about? This is just word salad. I mean, he's really saying
Is that
nothing
the
here. So
like
he
the
has
leak
no
guy,
good reason.
the news
Got
leak
it.
guy or not?
Okay, fine. He likes Hamas. He
Isn't
watches
that- isn't
their
that girl's name?
propaganda, but he's not going to deny the
Amazing.
violent rapes that took place. That is way beyond the pale.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
Many young people who are simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about? The Stop Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again, doing rape fantasies once again, because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took
women and girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part.
Yeah, I mean that kind of. I think I'll give this some validity for sure. That does prove that even if it's kind of like moving the goalpost, right? It's that didn't happen, and then it's there's no proof, and then it's even if it did happen, it doesn't move the needle anyway.
Part of this problem that many people can't contend with.
I think it's a brain dead way to think.
Leftists go from believe all women to pics or it didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot, obviously.
Dam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day. And
Proof it didn't happen.
speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hasan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen. And each week, there's more stories coming out. There's a UN report that concludes it happened.
Doesn't matter.
But Hasan needs a rape kit from a mutilated body. It's so vile to deny the suffering and trauma of the victims just because you need your heroes at Hamas to be perfect. This conflict will never end until people realize that Palestinian liberation and Israeli security are not mutually exclusive. You need both, and it can be done, but not while people like Hasan lie, propagandize, and incite hate. It's people like him, ironically, that prolong the conflict indefinitely. There's no space for conversation, there's no space for rational thought, there's no space for nuance. My position on Palestine is like 5 degrees off from where Hasan is. And to him and his community, I'm the devil, I'm a Nazi. It's delusional thinking, and it's destructive to their own cause.
Doesn't matter.
You know what? I actually agree.
Dynamic for me.
Yep.
Because you can always
I also
rewind the
agree.
clock a little bit more, okay? And justify more harm and more whatever. You can always go back a little bit more in history and say, actually, you owe me more than that. Actually, you owe me more than that. And that's it's not. That doesn't go anywhere.
God forbid you throw
Yeah, you know why
green
it should
Hamas
be.
banner.
It should be French. Really, if you look at it, the King of France,
And now, let's move
like
on to
Baldwin,
our next
Baldy the
terrorist
Third.
organization, Twitch.
He got in some Jerusalem shit. He conquered that shit. That should be his. Right, it should be his. Oh, never mind. It should be the Romans. It should be. Oh no. It should be Assyria. Or it should be Egypt.
It's only a megaphone.
It should be
for
Egypt.
terrorist propaganda.
But not really
has
though,
been the
because
CEO for a few years, and
what it
under his
really should
leadership,
be
there's been a
is
few
I don't know
notable
who did it before
instances.
Egypt.
One
though.
being reducing the
don't
premium
know.
subscription split from
Like,
70-30 to 50-50, which he
Sargon
reversed after
of
backlash.
Akkad.
He also attempted
That
to
guy.
ban
It should
the
be him,
size of
right?
sponsored logos
Because
on
he's
the screen
him.
to 3%
He
of the
should own
size
it.
of the screen, was also reversed after backlash. So he's essentially achieved nothing. Oh well, there is one thing. He actually laid
Right,
off
it just makes no sense because these
900
people aren't
employees.
around anymore, and times
That one he
change,
did not take
the
back.
world
But
changes,
here's
and
where
you
the
have to
trouble
deal with
begins.
it. You cannot reverse
likes
time.
Hasan.
It's impossible.
He really likes Hasan. Let me read you an excerpt from a recent
I didn't mean
interview
to.
Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan Piker. I like the frankness and the bluntness. He's comfortable saying
I'm not rewinding.
whatever
I don't
he
know what this
believes.
is.
Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe or radical political.
Oh my god.
He's essentially employees. Nothing. Oh, well, there is one thing. He actually laid off 900 employees. That one he did not take back. But here's where the trouble begins. Nasrallah.
SS.
Dan Clancy. Of course, I'm being a little silly when I call Twitch a terrorist organization. It's only a megaphone for terrorist propaganda. Dan Clancy has been the CEO
Yeah,
for
that's
a
true.
few years, and
You're
under
not
his
correct,
leadership, there's
indeed.
been a few
Not a terrorist
notable
organization,
instances,
but
one being reducing the premium subscription split from
I
70
already
to
explained it.
50-50,
They're all about
which he
money.
reversed after backlash. He also attempted
They're a
to
bit
ban the size
inconsistent,
of
but it's still
sponsored
all about
logos on
money, not
stream
about
to
morals.
3%
And they
of the
like to
size of the
say that they
screen
are,
was also reversed
but that's just
after
because they
backlash.
know
So
that
he's
people
essentially
care about
achieved
morals.
nothing.
And
Oh, well, there is one
when people
thing. He actually
agree or
laid
like
off
Twitch,
900
they're more
employees.
likely to go on there and pay.
That one he did not take
So it's
back.
still about money.
But here's
Dude.
They're just really edging it a lot.
Guys, what does it mean? The guy at the bottom reacting to content. That's Hasan, and that's me gambling. I don't get it. Chat, why though?
where the trouble
'Cause that's
begins.
my shoulder right there.
He likes Hasan. He really likes Hasan. off.
Am I next?
Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentary.
I kind of miss the gambling streams. I like those. I reacted to them and they were fun.
He's comfortable saying whatever he believes. Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what...
I missed it again. Guys, you need to stop it. What about it? What?
Commentator Hasan Piker. I like the frankness and the...
What? What do you want? I'm so annoyed. What?
Hasan. Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself.
That?
Clancy mostly watches musicians or not a gamer himself.
What do you want? I'm so annoyed. What?
Hasan. Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself.
He threw her on the ground.
Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political comfortable saying whatever he believes. Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Really doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe radical political streamers. But no, not under Dan Clancy's watch. Dan has elevated him to the status of Twitch Golden Boy. And if you still have doubts, let this settle the matter. Just for clarity, Dan Clancy is the one filming and singing in this video.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan Runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
I've been looking around and I genuinely have never seen another video like this anywhere, where Dan Clancy or any top executive forced all these poor sons of bitches during their lunch break to gather around in the crew room.
Isn't it hard to chat to support streamers, chat? You guys, people spend so much time on camera, okay, that if you like them, you have to like all of them. Oh, you like this streamer? Isn't that the guy who did this? Here's this 4-second excerpt out of 100,000 hours of footage in 1997. Watch this right there. Is that what you support, you fucking bitch ass?
True.
I think it's
that's true, but
for Hasan Piker, how
actually he's the GOAT, and I will support him in every way because
issue of Dan being a
yes, he's the GOAT, and no, he's never made a mistake on stream before.
That's very nice.
And now he only made it look like that.
Okay.
But it wasn't intentional. It was intentional.
Check out the story
it wasn't
to see what you missed yesterday.
Serious.
You click there.
Right. It was not something he stood by.
And now you're in your
I know which ones are those. I know which ones are real. And I know what he stands for, and I know he's the GOAT.
That's very nice.
My juicer never loses. Okay, he never loses.
Okay. Okay.
Well, let's be honest. I would assume that the feature is more used by streamers that have some physical appeal to draw attention to their stream, which is fair enough. It's a marketing tool. So it's a marketing tool. Okay, guys, if I put okay, chat, guys, I split xQc in between 2 new channels, xQc 1, 2, and 3. Now, 1 is the one I have right now. I have 2 and 3, right? Number 2 goes live, chat, and I have a go live picture. This is me, chat. Okay, cool. Wait, hold on. Now the other one is a female version, okay, that you guys don't know about. Mega boobs, mega ass, live in 2 minutes, like that. Okay, who do you think gets more clicks between 2 and 3?
My GOAT?
Which one did you click on, chat? 2 or 3?
Number 1. Number 1. I like it the way it is.
3 wins by a long shot.
I like my juicer the way he does it.
It's a marketing tool. What about it?
Okay.
So
it's
probably,
number 1.
it's probably
Number
why
1 is
there's
the
more
correct
of
option.
That on the feed, surely. It's not because he follows only. You know what? I think there's a fucking. Oh, chat. Isn't there a thing, chat, that shows you who you follow on Twitch? Twitch follow. No. It's removed, but There's another one though. Even the new one doesn't work?
See what you missed yesterday. You click there, and now you're in your stories feed. Okay?
Okay. That's
okay. What's his name in chat? What's his Twitch name? Is it Danny Clancy? DJ Clancy. See, he's not a gooner. Like
That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's also...
Yeah. For every popular streamer, there's at least there were at least two.
Okay. Suppose you
Come
want
on.
to check out the.
I saw
Right
Stable
side,
Ronaldo.
right side.
And I saw at least 7. At least 7, you know?
Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there.
Black and white screen.
And now you're in your stories feed. Okay?
Step Bros Daddies. Let's get this partner.
Okay. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's also...
I clicked, so what? Whatever, let's just finish the video.
Okay. Suppose you want to
It's
check
the
out
same
stories
piano, man.
to see what you missed yesterday. You click there. And now you're in your stories.
He follows about 50% of girls and guys.
Okay.
Of course, there's gonna be more girls using this feature.
That's very nice. That's
If they have more of some form of marketing appeal.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Q.
You know, Dan,
Just
I would have let this creep narrative go. If it
We all
didn't
saw it,
happen
you know,
twice, roll it.
You want to
We all saw it.
see clips? Swipe this way, and now you're seeing clips. The clips are, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
First of all, it's gross enough you're a creep, but what an incompetent idiot you are. You're the CEO of Twitch and you get caught with the fucking... You get caught with the girlies on your homepage twice? Bro, come on, dude. You got wife, man.
Bro.
A daughter. We don't need to know about this. Don't want that in my head, bro. It's also a little bit disturbing considering, you know, he's these people's bosses.
Okay.
All right, so he's incompetent.
Guys,
he's a creep.
I'll do Venice.
He's protecting terrorist propaganda.
Inclusion.
So what's up? So what's the big deal with Dan Clancy? Well, what happened next is what really made me realize how corrupted and rotten Twitch is to the very core of the organization. First, let me introduce you to Frogan.
Why don't you take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
She's one of Hasan's main moderators. She's leading great discourse like Ethan's Islamophobic
She's a torta,
for saying,
right?
don't kill civilians.
She has zero talent. She has 100 concurrent viewers, but
Oh,
somehow
come on.
she's always on the homepage. She's winning awards. Nobody's watching her. Nobody cares. Why is she relevant? We don't know.
It's important for me to show you guys what an actual horrible person Frogan is, so that you can see who Twitch is elevating.
said some
So let's
out-of-pocket
start with
shit
this
for
clip.
real.
Ludwig, a large streamer on Twitch, donated $10,000 to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. That's a wonderful thing to do, right? No, not good enough for Frogan.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And, like, ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated $10K. Because I think
That's a good
it
take
is
again
worthwhile.
from
And if you guys
from
got some extra
Ludwig.
bread, I would
It's a
recommend you
good take,
donate.
though.
But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are gonna say that. You know what I mean? That's why.
Guys, this is responsible.
Yeah, it's because it's not really no thanks and not gonna donate like you do in McDonald's.
And they should be the
Right,
recipients.
you never donate because it's a waste of your money. It's more so, well, I'm not gonna donate because I don't actually stand for that. Right,
geopolitical issues, whatever.
Everybody stands for,
rent, you fucking bitch.
you know,
what
some
the heck, man?
children's cancer
This
fund.
is a cracker take.
Difference between like
You don't want children to die of cancer.
But I don't need to put your money
Everybody
there.
stands for that.
I don't
Yet
need to enter a fucking
90% of people
debate
aren't going to donate.
about whether that's worthwhile.
Whoa!
But, you know,
But
I'm not gonna tell you to donate.
with some Palestinian bullshit,
Do whatever
like
you
half
want.
people
Me,
stand
I
against
donated
it. So
$10,000, but I'm
yeah,
not
that's
gonna
not a good
promote
idea,
it.
especially
Just don't
when
say
you're
you
blood
donated
wake,
$10,000.
right? Trying
Like,
to
if you
rile
don't
up your
actually
fan base
believe
like
it,
that.
you don't believe in the-
Yikes.
Okay, then do nothing then at all whatsoever, and then get called out by the dude. Don't these guys?
I think
care
racial
about this
slurs
thing
are
happening?
completely fine
Shouldn't
to
they dictate
say.
their entire life to
It's
fucking
completely fine.
do anything that they can to help?
I don't
it,
care.
dude.
Right.
But if they do talk about it though, dude, like you're doing it for virtue signaling. But if you do, donate more. And if you do, don't be this word, okay? Because your viewers should donate their entire paycheck. Oh, you cannot afford rent? Okay, then donate what you can afford. Donate what you have to the cause.
Right,
I
because
said so, bitch.
if
Like, why?
even if this
Otherwise
should
you're,
increase
word.
racial tensions, then still
Also, if you're gonna do that, also
in such a
please
situation,
make sure to donate to my
one where
emergency
every
rent.
race is separated
Okay,
and one where
'cause
every
that's
race
also
is
priority.
mixed up.
When you're done with that, then donate
I'm
to my
comfortable on
cause.
both.
Okay,
I don't
but
know
first
what
do the rent.
everybody else
Also,
would
when this
mean.
goes
Me,
all the way
my
across,
family,
and
and
we finish
everyone
it,
around
there's also
me,
the emergency
all the people
food
I know,
bank,
all the people
which
in
is
my
mine,
country
by the way.
are
when then
comfortable
you guys can donate
with
to
both
charity.
situations.
Then we're good.
$10,000.
All right. Then.
Keep your little chump change. Like what do you want? Do you want me to say like congratulations?
Imagine being Frogan, a leftist living in LA in comfort, begging for her rent money on stream, and telling displaced and famished Palestinian children, "No kids, you need to give that 10,000 back. Ludwig didn't pass my purity test."
Keep your fucking money.
But wait, there's more.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. Oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
This clip obviously made the rounds on social media.
Well, with that, even if you do get insurance, you'll probably get fucked over. So that's gonna.
And rightfully outraged a lot of people. Here's how she responded the next day.
I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Now, on the topic of deportation, hold on a minute.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
There's an I wanted to talk about last time.
Base?
Chat. I feel like it. A lot of people don't want to be in America.
Like, am I supposed to be?
Chat,
Am I supposed?
They don't like it. They hate it. They tell everybody, fuck it, fuck that. There's so many good places to go. I don't know why nobody's forcing this being
No,
here.
because all the good places they
I'm
are.
not walking back on it. I still
all the
fucking
good places
agree with
they
it.
want her.
Base?
The smug
That's
defiance
what's
Frogan is showing
case
is
here.
only because she knows
If she
that
goes
Twitch
to a
will
good
do
place,
nothing
then she's
to
gonna be
moderate
against
her,
it, and
despite
they don't
veterans
want her.
being classified
Yeah,
as a
because
protected group
good
in
places
Twitch's
aren't built on
own
people like
community
her.
guidelines. But wait, there's more.
Hence, those
Okay.
places don't like people like her
62.50.
because they ruin
9/11
all
baking
what
stream
was
with Raph
good
and Capri.
about that place.
If we get to this goal
The
by
people.
9/11,
That made the
Capri,
place into what it
Raph
is.
and I
And then
will
new
make
people
the
come
Twin
in
Towers
and they ruin it.
out of a
Right.
stacked cake.
That's how it goes.
And we'll make an airplane. And
So
we'll
that's
recreate
not just
9/11.
immigrants. That's also spoiled, stupid children that grow
This
up,
tweet was the final straw for
become
me.
sheep,
You'll notice
thinking
the
they're
date is
geniuses,
October 7th.
and then
Now,
ruin
let's
the
make
place.
a comparison,
Right?
Using
Goes
examples
both ways,
and
but
reverse the roles. Okay? Now, let's
one way
do
is clearly
extreme
more.
where...
2023,
The percentage
the
is way
morning of the
higher,
massacre, at
because of
5:30
culture.
a.m. Pacific time.
At this moment, Hamas militants had infiltrated a music
Right, nobody's
festival
gonna watch this-
and
this
several
section of the video
kibbutzim,
anyway, so I
where
think
they
just
began
go
their
hard,
wanton
full
slaying of
racist.
civilians. Here's what she tweeted.
Leftists preach and foam
It's
at
not
the
even
mouth at the
racism,
thought
though,
of a
because
revolution
actual
happening in
racism
America. But as
is
soon
when
as it
you,
happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. It's not what she said.
when you look at certain differences among populations
I was listening
with
to the local news
physical
in Israel.
features
Families were
and
calling
genetics,
into news stations begging
and then
for help. Let me show
try
you what
to
I mean.
link
I mean,
those
the magnitude and the
features
method of a revolution
with
are completely
cultural
different. It's
differences,
gonna
right?
abysmal to even compare.
When
to be honest,
generally
elsewhere, bombs, explosions,
the
killings,
distinction
murders,
between different
invasions,
populations
guns,
tends to be very
revolution in America,
small.
some gun on Twitter changes
But there's not clearly one race
Some guy
on the
changes
other.
name on Twitter
it's like
to a certain
web,
slogan, a hashtag.
right?
They posted
Every person is a web,
of a black
but
screen
all
on
of the people
Instagram.
together
The world
make up
changed.
one
Like,
web,
okay, dude.
not
Families were
a few
calling
webs.
into news
Because
stations begging for help. Let me show you what I mean.
when you have a few webs, you cannot go from one web to the other. You need to make a new web that connects them. Hence, there's only one web, right? That's what people are. That's why there's not really a race. But racism is when people try to make it into where there is such a race, which doesn't really make sense. But they have their reasons for it, usually cultural, because there are actually cultural differences, and some cultures are just superior to others. Yeah, Asma was right. And then you try to have one observation and try to apply it to something else that doesn't make any sense.
Israelis
And as a result,
like this
that's the bad part, is that you get atrocities that are committed against people that don't deserve it, just for the reason for them looking a certain way,
but for some reason,
or
Twitch
appearing a
is
certain way,
obsessed with
even
keeping
if they
her on
aren't
life support.
that way.
And instead of moderating
because of
her,
some
they actually
association
gave her an
with
award
something
together
with
for
a physical
legendary
feature that
woman,
isn't
in which she
actually
would get front
an
page
association
placement all
and
year
doesn't
long.
actually
This
make
is
sense.
actually my favorite
That's
detail.
racism. That association.
In which you would get front page placement all year long. This is actually my favorite detail about Frogan. She won a Rising Star Award at the Streamer Awards, an award show put on by her friends. And then the next year, guys, she gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they fucking with her? You can't be Rising Star twice. It's up or it's down, man. In fact, you were never up. That was the problem. They tried to pretend like you were up, but you were always down. Rising Star twice. Was this
Yeah,
fucking
the
Mario
views were
Kart?
very
You hit a boost up there or some shit?
low. However, at least she herself literally is massive.
The two-time
Okay?
Rising Star champ,
I'm
and
receiving
because of her
those
massive
diabolical
viewership of
links
100
right now.
concurrent viewers, it only makes sense that Twitch would give her one of the main stages at TwitchCon to do a 45-minute long segment. Her idea that was Twitch approved, an Arab to Jew racial tier list. So the premise is who can say Habibi, an Arabic word of affection like baby or sweetheart. And this tier list determines who can say
Who linked it?
Top
Mods
and
ban
most
him.
desirable tier is Arab. And at the bottom, the worst one is, quote, loves Sabra. Now, why does Love Sabra equate to Jews?
Yeah, we've
Sabra is a
seen that.
well-known Israeli company that makes hummus. They've been on the divestment list for many, many years, so the activists are well aware of their status. Oh yeah, and Sabra literally means a Jew that was born in Israel. It also plays up an
That would be like a how Quebecer are you? And then the bottom would be likes McDonald's poutine type thing. Right?
anti-Semitic trope that denies Jewish identity in the Middle East. There's this idea that Israelis are all white colonizers who are stealing the culture and identity of Arabs to make it seem like they belong
okay,
there.
I'm
Watch
going
Frogan and her
offline.
co-hosts accuse Israelis of culturally appropriating Arab culture.
So the one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking funny. But like those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
It's super offensive to us, and like that's actual like cultural appropriation. Like people get mad.
Yeah, the thing about this is culture appropriation is just normal. People tend, when people take a certain cultural element and apply it to their culture and make it a part of their culture, usually that means that that part of the culture is good. So you probably shouldn't see it as an insult, but rather as a point of admiration from those people. Right? Even if they don't admire, you can just look at it that way because that's how it actually is. It's a good part of the culture. That's why they adopted that. That's simply how cultures work. It's always worked this way. You cannot claim a certain food or cultural element as your own, as, for example, the people 100 years before you, your ancestors, were of a different culture than you across time, and there's different cultures across space, right? You appropriated their culture for your own, and if they look at your culture now, they won't recognize it as their own. Yet you do, right? That's just how cultures work, and saying it's appropriation is just stupid. It is appropriation, and it's a good thing, right?
Someone has like dreadlocks, and they call that culture. I'm like, come on, it's just like a
like
hairdo.
these
Like,
stupid
it's okay. People, like,
cultural
white people are allowed to have
purists,
dreadlocks if they want dreadlocks, but like
ethnic
actually
nationalists are the most retarded, racist motherfuckers on the planet, man. What fucking retards? Actual retardation, right? You are the one that's racist. That is you, okay? Every fucking time, alright? It's just so stupid.
Our food, our desserts.
Yeah, but doing some equivalent in America to what we find to be cultural appropriation or whatever, and all these standards, throw that shit out the window. Throw that shit out the window. Okay,
yep.
It's not even fucking comparable, dude. Like.
Just one question for you guys. Who the fuck do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Martha Stewart? No, it's the same fucking Arabic-speaking Jews that you kicked out in the 1950s. Yes, they also like hummus, and they like all the same shit you do. Because they are you. They're from your country. You kicked them all out, and now you're accusing them of stealing your culture. You want to talk about cultural genocide? Well, here it is. You racist piece of shit.
Those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Hey, scumbag. Here's a hummus place we used to.
It's a little bit like tzatziki. Guys, I like tzatziki that's Greek, right? But then my mom buys this stuff, this tzatziki from Lebanese tzatziki, and has cucumber in it, and then she goes fucking bonkers. It's just a different recipe, no?
No.
It's just a different style.
Is it? I mean, tzatziki is Greek. I mean, it's a Greek food. That's literally the name in Greek. But every country in the Middle East has similar yogurt-based sauces. They also do in Lebanon. That's just yogurt-based sauce with cucumber in it. That is tzatziki. It's a cucumber yogurt sauce. Then it's just tzatziki, right? People say it's Greek. Yes, it's Greek. And then people say, well, it's actually Turkish. Oh, it's actually Lebanese. And then say, no, it's Greek. Dude, it's all three. You can have food in different places. People can eat different food, even if they're different in other ways, right? Dude, it's like German doner kebab. Right? No, it's not Middle Eastern. It is German. But yes, it came from the Middle East, from the settlers that came from there and imported that cultural aspect into Germany. But it's now German food. It's German street food. It's part of the German culture. It's just you can have food or different cultural elements across different cultures. But you don't say Christianity is a Jewish thing just because Jesus was Jewish. Right? There's Christians in Greece. There's Christians in the U.S. There's Christians in France. That doesn't make any sense. You can't have cultural aspects across cultures. That doesn't make it cultural appropriation. Well, it does, but then it's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the situation. It doesn't make it racist or any fucking bullshit that you make it up. You're the one that's racist, trying to be such a cultural purist. And then it's people like you that commit genocides because you're a cultural purist. You don't allow other people into your nation because you are a purist. That's what genocide results from, right? That's the result of this cultural purism. why? How come some of the most genocidal regimes ever were social nationalists, communists, all of the fucking ethnic nationalist, socialist, Marxist regimes? It's because that's what they rely on, because they're purist, like idealistic, ridiculous regimes that make no sense, and the only way they ever have any chance of working is if you have a homogeneous people group that all agrees on the same thing, which you never have. But then these regimes, to try and stay in power, to stay in power for as long as possible, commit genocide to make their dream into reality, and then they still fail. That's why these people are fucking retards.
No. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
The chef is from Yemen. Here's another dude from Syria. Does this dude look like a white colonizer to you? Would you like to tell him he's stealing your culture? Well, this is what most Israelis look like.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra.
This is casual bigotry being passed around like a leftist talking point. It's exactly why people are saying that anti-Semitism is coming mostly from the left. And yes, I know this dipshit is also Jewish. Incredible. He picked up so many tokens, he actually became one. And by the way, everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking white themselves. So bearing all of this in mind, it's really not a stretch to say that the Love Sabra bracket is a dog whistle for Israelis or Jews.
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one. That's good. All right. Turn that up. Turn giraffes.
We all know where this is going.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke in my head.
We all saw the fishnet. All saw the fishnet. We are not going to do this, okay?
Yeah, it has to be.
Thank you.
Definitely Love Sabra.
She apparently consulted with the head of the KKK, and he told her, more subtle. So if it wasn't obvious enough, they pull me, one of the best known.
Oh! Dude, look in the back, look in the back, look in the back.
More subtle.
I hit a big win.
So if it wasn't obvious
look
enough, they pulled me, one of the best known creators,
and
immediately put me in Sabra.
Gambling is so similar all the time that I can't.
Is Arab. That's the good one. That's the
you know
good
that
one.
7.6 million on San Quentin
We don't have
too.
a category low enough for Zionists.
That was the
Once
best
again, calling out my
ever seen,
Jewish
dude.
identity.
Dude,
so satisfying.
You guys are
so
missing a category
good,
for Zionist.
Yeah.
And if it isn't about being Jewish,
Why would they put Ben Shapiro in the thumbnail?
one of the other most prominent Jews on YouTube, in the category next to me, when he's not even featured in the game? Who's next down there? Anne Frank? Einstein? Seth Rogen? Schindler? Well, he wasn't Jewish, but they would put him down there, let's be real.
It also doesn't help their case that both my wife and Ben Shapiro's wife were born in Israel, which would make them Sabras. So Love Sabra, literally in this case, means Jew lover. That sounds pretty racist. And what about the title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute. I thought this was about hummus. You know, I'm tired of these people gaslighting me. Haven't the Jews been gassed enough? So you're telling me you understand what a microaggression is, but you can't understand why a Jewish man might be uncomfortable with this.
I think the whole shtick is just
Good one, dude.
overdone, unfunny.
That one was straight from the Instagram real comments,
I
no?
didn't care about the fucking significance. I just think it's just cringe.
I feel like this is indefensible, blatant, obvious anti-Semitism, and this was greenlit by Twitch to appear on their main stage. How is that even possible? Right in front of their sponsors, too. Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This racial tier list...
Guys, how white are you? Likes bad potato salad. Guys,
was brought to you by our sponsors,
like,
Chevron,
holy shit, man.
Capcom, and Samsung.
True.
This is an example of
Good
Twitch
comparison.
management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan at the detriment
It
of
is
their own
racist.
company's well-being. Why?
Because again, the color of your skin has nothing to do with the type of potato salad you like, but some cultures in Northern Europe have a lot of bland, just dry ass potato, and then they like it. They also tend not to be white, but that's just because they're from Northern Europe. Potato thing has no relation there. But yes, it's racist, but I mean, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
After the predictable controversy this caused, Dan Clancy, the CEO, went live for the first time after 2 weeks and did an FAQ.
It's exciting to be here. Mary, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to do this with you. And we have a lot to talk about. And, looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the questions they got. This person asked, do you plan on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response, permanent ban. Why do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Permanent ban. Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch? Ban.
Why the fuck is the CEO banning people for asking reasonable questions about a relevant controversy they've been in? What the fuck is this? These are not even written like in a mean way. You are banned, just like the entire country of Israel. It had just been discovered around the same time as this Arab tier list that Twitch had secretly, without announcing it anywhere, banned the entire country of Israel from creating new accounts. This was enacted right after October 7th.
That was apparently a lag.
For a year. And if you're wondering how you didn't hear about it before, it's not because the Israelis weren't talking. Here's the top Israeli streamer's video about it.
Which is entitled, Twitch does not want Jews on their platform.
Okay. So apparently, I looked into this. Apparently, it's because there was an incident where somebody was doing acts
He's probably from Ethiopia.
Filming it, right, and broadcasting it on Twitch, or whatever, right, on accounts made over there. So then they said, "Fuck this!
Jews
While there's a
Ethiopia.
crisis, we'll remove the
like I said,
the right to make an account from those IPs from over there, right? So that this doesn't happen, so they don't get caught in the crossfire in some crazy CNN title. Guys, it was Ukraine? Oh, sorry. Wait, what about it? No, chat, forget about it. Guys, there's a precedent of something happening, and then there's a measure to stop from happening while it's a crisis. You guys act like, I mean, I don't know. Was there an incident of this happening in Ukraine where somebody streamed events from there and broadcast on Twitch and they got into a headline? I'm assuming if that happened, it was a big problem. They would probably put the brakes on it until it's fixed. Anyway, when this was happening, after that, they just didn't unfix it. You can say deliberate, not deliberate. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
He explains that they slowly started to realize no accounts could be made, and him and his fellow Israeli streamers were causing a lot of noise to get noticed. But Twitch completely ignored them for 5 months. When he created a support ticket with Twitch, it was straight up deleted with zero explanation. Around the end of the year, when people started talking about anti-Semitism on Twitch, Dan Saltman discovered the Israel ban when he was sent the code proving the block happened, presumably from someone who works at Twitch, and it could no longer be ignored. Israeli and American media started to pick up the story, which finally forced Twitch to respond. He also explains the block started on October 13th, which happens to be Global Jihad Day, when Islamic terrorists call on others globally to act, which he thinks is an odd coincidence. They were never notified in any way, and it greatly affected their business. He says he...
I feel like Ethan is probably did research on this and probably knows what actually happened, which I just explained. And then I feel like he's just kind of going through it anyway because it would make his point have less value.
He doesn't feel safe with Dan Clancy in power, as he feels he can no longer trust him.
When Israelis try to sign up, it gives you a generic error message. It doesn't say anything that suggests that you're ineligible because you're in Israel. So when one of these guys wrote to Twitch customer service, this is what they said. I am really sorry that you are having issues creating an account. We have reviewed your case thoroughly and can confirm that, unfortunately, you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. As a result, we will be closing your case at this time.
Under the new increased scrutiny, Dan Clancy panicked and posted 2 terrible explanations on Twitter that were immediately community noted.
How can Twitch say on one hand that...
I will still call it and say it, yeah. I said that last time. The duration and the tickets, whatever, them not acknowledging it is a fucking disaster. Everybody's at fault, and it has to be deliberate at that point, right? They're probably happy that it's like that. But the initial reason why it happened is perfectly valid and reasonable. I don't see a problem with it. Okay, guys, we have days over here, right? Where let's say we'll have follower only. I mean, that's what we have right now. It is all the time. Let's say we'll go sub only mode for the whole day. Is it because I'm greedy as fuck? Okay, one, yes, I'm greedy. So yeah, that'd probably be a reason. But another reason would be there's a big wave of bots happening, and we're getting chat bots, and it's happening so much, we don't know what to do, right? We're just gonna say, fuck it. Nobody doesn't sub can talk today, just to make sure that we go through the day, right? And the crisis is being handled. I don't think that they would be at fault for blocking IP addresses or making accounts, right? If there's an incident of somebody broadcasting horrible events, okay, from a zone, and it seems like a lot of people are making accounts from over there, they say, fuck it, we'll remove this until crisis is averted or whatever. And then they deliberately fucking didn't fix it. That's terrible, right? But the reasoning behind the initial thing is valid. I'm not gonna go against it.
That they've reviewed the case thoroughly, and then, on the other hand, say it was an accident and they didn't know. This is all very fishy.
A big media company like Twitch doesn't realize that their new account signups from Israel has completely flatlined? You're telling me that you guys didn't notice that? That's impossible. Then, at the same time, it was announced that Sneeko, Fresh and Fit, and the little Houthi twink terrorists were all unbanned and they could stream again on Twitch. This is like the holy trinity of anti-Semitism.
So guys, yeah, we're back on Twitch. Welcome. I know we had gotten banned or whatever, or we got suspended, but I went ahead and appealed it.
Guys, I really want to like hit at Twitch or whatever. Yeah, Twitch is fucking banned for doing this again. Absolutely 100% it. But because of what I know with how this shit works, you could just blame one department. Trust and safety or whatever, whoever, or moderation. These departments, fucking disaster. Okay, they act almost standalone. Okay, what they think their reasoning is like detached from everything else. Okay, guys, I've been banned enough to fucking know this shit. It is a disaster. Okay, sometimes when you ban somebody, you send a ticket. The guy who responds doesn't agree with the guy who banned you in the first place, and it becomes a debate. Then it's just stupid as bricks, is what it is.
And we're back in the house, man. So for all the haters out there that were like, you know, oh yeah, they got banned on Twitch. Hey, be mad. Be mad, guys, because we are back in the house. They can't stop us.
They did stop them an hour later. All three of the accounts were eventually rebanned. But the decision to unban those three creators at that exact time, and being three of the best known anti-Semites on the internet, seems to clearly be trying to send a message.
And they also unbanned a bunch of other accounts that we just don't know about, whatever, right? Because they were doing some campaign where they would give people more chance, they would give another chance to old creators and do kind of a reset on bans. A bunch were unbanned. There's a big unban wave. Yeah, you guys need to say whatever you want. Guys, I told you guys I would watch this video and say the truth, whatever it is. Whoever it defends or attacks, that is just the truth of it. Okay? Yes, the unbanning was a fucking disaster. Yes, these guys probably deserve to stay banned or whatever, right? The department dropped the fucking ball. A lot of employees are probably completely fucking brain dead or whatever. But it's not some, dude, these guys, it's because they're trying to do this right-wing push of like, dude, it's not that deep, but
then
yes, it's branded.
It was discovered that Twitch's head of policy and community guidelines was previously fired from her job publicly by the British government. Why? She does not like the Jews.
That's right. Their head of trust and safety was previously suspended from her job at Ofcom for being too anti-Zionist. And guess where her very next job was at? That's right, Twitch TV.
Apparently she was posting pro-Hamas tweets only mere days after October 7th happened.
That's so interesting. It sounds just like someone else we know. It's almost like supporting terrorists is institutional. Hell, it might even be a prerequisite. Take a look at this tweet from Twitch's senior manager of inclusive marketing, Bridget Chermating, on October 12th. People are posting screenshots of them donating to Israel relief funds. Shake my head, y'all are truly rooting for the oppressor. Read a damn book. This tweet was made only 5 days after the October 7th massacre. The donations she's criticizing would go to families like this, if they were still alive. This entire family was murdered in cold blood by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Bridget, who did these little girls oppress? How can you act so high and mighty for your cause and be so callous and inhuman for the innocents on the other side?
This statement was made by the senior manager for inclusive marketing.
Because the brain rot has spread way too far, okay, and everybody is a fucking brain, and the internet has completely fallen off the side of reason, and now it's
the fall
if
of
you
the
say something
West.
reasonable that isn't with the public narrative, that's radicalized, you are anti this, you're racist, you're insane, you're nuts, we're canceling you, fuck you, and we're throwing rocks at your family. It's a
Is that some kind of joke?
affairs. But
Is this
hey,
what inclusion looks like at Twitch?
Is it really crazy at this point, after all this, to say that Twitch has an
and don't give me this, oh, guys, he's whatever. Oh, you guys do that shit to me all the fucking time. Some guy did something bad, right? I don't know what he did. Sent a message to an underage, okay? And then some guy comes out and says, guys, report today is saying it. This guy sent a message, right? And also robbed the bank, killed somebody, ran over a family with his car, whatever. And I go, okay, guys, hold on. Yeah. This is deplorable what this person did. It's sending a message, whatever. But this didn't happen. They didn't run over a family with their car. It didn't happen. Why are you defending that?
Yeah, true.
Ew.
Good analogy.
Why are you defending him? Okay.
Good analogy.
It's not, it has nothing to do with defending anybody.
W from the goat.
If you're going to go at somebody, with truth, facts, and only maintain the point that you can
my
prove.
juicer
They're going to be your strongest points. Okay, it's like one of the concepts in law.
Winning.
Okay? You start from where you
and
have
he's
the
winning so
solidest,
much,
and you work your way down.
can't take it anymore.
Oh, maybe this guy did kind of this like 10 years ago. I don't know. No, you go with like what you can prove, and it is what it is. Like, and I don't know where you're going from me. And it's not defending it.
Problem. I think it would be harder at this point to argue the opposite.
Oh, Bridget, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can you tell me the answer to this riddle? What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? I'm standing by. Let us know. And yes, it's true. I should point out this tweet is from 2011. This one, however, is from 22. Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter, and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The science is so loud. Bridget said, this was the energy I was around when I worked with two Jewish women in social impact, who were both senior to me. She's trying to make Sarah Silverman seem like some kind of Jewish Karen for caring about anti-Semitism. I wouldn't really care about any of this if she wasn't the head of fucking diversity at Twitch. What the fuck is happening here? This is insane.
So with people like her deciding what is and isn't okay on Twitch, there's no surprise that you end up with these extraordinarily uneven enforcements of the rules.
I love trust and safety. I love it. Thank you guys for how you guys have handled me over the years. I love you guys.
Yep.
Much love.
Take, for example, this clip of the streamer Destiny. He was permanently banned for what he...
Terrorism, raw booze, ass crack, and ball sack on stream? Hold on a minute. What is that? Don't know what that is.
The gorilla,
a frame of a gorilla on stream that you clicked on that unintentionally you delete the VOD? Oh, weirdo creep. Get a ban, you bitch ass. Hold on a minute. Are you platforming terrorism and being anti-Semitic and being a racist and saying the C word and saying all the bad words and all the slurs? That's all right. Didn't see any of it. Hold on, you held a bean in a tournament to take 2 weeks, you fucking bitch ass. Okay, I guess.
That community is never worth engaging with. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's the risk of me, like, ending up getting, like, permabanned and my life destroyed because of these, like, inbred fucking disgusting losers is, like, it's just not worth it. It's just totally not worth it.
And okay, you know, fair enough. If you're going to be consistent with the enforcement, then, you know, let's have a friendly place, a safe environment. It's calling a minority group inbred, which results in a permanent ban. Okay. Okay, has anyone else done that?
The Jewish KKK brigades out there, just a bunch of fucking inbred hicks. Imagine the most inbred white supremacist guy you can imagine, okay? Every week there was another fucking psychopathic settler, inbred fucking douchebag. Oh, these inbred fucking douchebags in the background, dude.
That's a take. Ooh, hold on.
A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred, ultra-Orthodox psychopaths that these inbred don't understand. Educated, inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
He's not wrong,
Untrained,
they are inbred.
asses shipped
They are
into
inbred.
southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred
He's
and
right.
that we have no culture.
He's right.
You want to see clips?
Inbred, 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 inbred.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan.
The clips are, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
Okay. Ah!
Referring to Jews as inbred consistently throughout his career.
Inbred, ultra-Orthodox psychopaths.
Zero punishment. Hasan interviewing a Houthi pirate.
The Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Zero punishment. Hasan watching terrorist propaganda with zero critical commentary.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious? Make sure you don't hold the bean, though. Do not hold the bean.
Yep, don't hold the bean.
Congressperson.
Not
This
sure
one actually
people
blew my
realize
mind. When I saw he tweeted that, I said,
cannot do
he's
this.
done after this for sure. For sure he is.
When
For those
they are
that may not
so
recognize
against him,
this weapon, I'll explain.
you just know
Shinzo
he's the
Abe
goat.
is a former Japanese prime minister. He
You
served from
just know he's the
2012 to
goat.
2020. He was assassinated in July of 22 in a stunning fashion that left the Japanese public horrified. He was killed with a makeshift weapon that the shooter had built himself at home. So when Hasan saw this tweet that he didn't like, he posted the schematics in what can only be presumed as an invitation to someone in his fan base to build this weapon and then assassinate this sitting congressperson who wrote a tweet he did not like. I genuinely do not know how he didn't land himself in prison for making terroristic threats.
Zero punishment.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
And this isn't just a Hasan problem. It underscores a disturbing trend among leftists on Twitch. The problem is, if you can believe it, these people are frequently making death threats and facing zero consequence. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I assure you it's very real.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Destiny guy needs to get Not gonna fucking lie.
It'll just be so easy.
Hey, Sanch, guys, was that ironic or something? Was he trying to like paraphrase somebody ironically, or was that real? Come on, bro.
Not gonna fucking lie.
Come on, I never seen that. Come on, bro. Really, dude?
It was so like solve all of our problems. Like we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of the way and. It would be so easy.
Thing that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the...
You guys say out of context, brother. How can you even contextualize these clips? How would you contextualize? Some things are like so like self-explanatory. Like what?
For image of a
Even out of
transformation
context is
story
still bad.
did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty on a fellow streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
I made this video for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hasan infiltrating mainstream media. Hasan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hasan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators. Number 2, Twitch must be held accountable. Twitch is...
It's not a terrible point. Like radicalized right, terrible, whatever, right? Everybody's up in arms about them, and I think they should, yeah. Being radical is bad. Radical left? What do you mean? What is that? I don't think that exists. Hello? What is that? Radical what? Like, moving on.
proven that it will not change by choice. And so it is our moral imperative to enact that change through any reasonable means that we can. Samsung, Chevron, and Capcom. Twitch has given them a lasting association with...
That was sarcasm. Of course it does exist. There's radicals on both sides. I'm just saying it. People turn a blind eye to radical left, okay? And make the voice of the radical right. Everybody can be a radical, okay? Radical ideologies will infiltrate any... Like, you just gotta be able to label it and see it. And call it out when it happens. You can still... You don't make the left look bad when you say, this is a radical left ideology. We don't abide by that. We don't really like that. Whatever. But they don't do it because they think it makes the left look bad. It doesn't.
With a racial tier list with Arabs
because there's on both sides. Everybody should clean up their shit.
These brands have every right to know. And they should. We all recall YouTube's adpocalypse. It happened when ads were running over ISIS recruits.
Because they cash in the win when it's for free. When they see a win, okay, it's a little bit far out, but hey, people are on our side. I'm gonna cash in my win, yeah. But if it's the other side, oh wait, we can get a hit at them. Let's fucking we go. When it's a win, okay, but it's kind of radical left or whatever, and these guys are not radical left, they're kind of left, but they can have their points kind of win, and they look that they're on top. They always cash in. Are you kidding me?
Recruitment videos, and it caused a brand exodus. The same thing is happening now on Twitch, but instead of ISIS, it's the Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah. Dan Clancy's refusal to moderate extremists is the only reason for any of this. He is the sole person to blame.
Name one radicalized left win. Okay, the killing of the fucking CEO, whatever. That's fucking radical. That is that's violence. Call to action of violence. It's actual pushing for terrorism to happen.
Yep.
You're just saying, guys, in order to make the needle move politically, get kills. Lol W. That's fucking radical. Okay, and everybody when it was the leftists fucking on TV and shit like that. Oh guys, oh yeah.
And you know why he was left? Because the people on the left
whatever,
agreed
right?
with him, and the people on the right
they don't
didn't.
go hard at it. Why?
That's why he was left.
Because they cash in the win of appealing to their fucking audience.
It doesn't matter what
it makes them
he
look
believed.
good. They cash in the win.
The message
if they don't look
that
like
he
they're
sent
radical,
and the effect
but,
he had, it was left.
Guys, so bad, so bad. They don't go and say, yeah, this is fucking terrible. Don't do this shit. Holy fuck.
He had so many opportunities to stop.
That's radical.
Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to create...
Everybody agreed. Yes, all people agreed. You're being sold that. Why? Because a lot of people relate to because they're fucking broke, and brokes are on both sides. Left, right, whatever. It's what I'm saying by they're cashing the win. It means that if they get value over here, wait, people agree with this. Not because they agree with the ideology, just because they agree because of the circumstances. Ah, fuck it. Let's just sell it as that and move on and whatever. We don't give a fuck if it's radical or not. Fuck this. We're getting the win. Fuck it. That's what happens. But you just don't see it because you're brain dead.
Creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion. Fuck this dude.
Well, I'm stupid. Bro, I'm not stupid. What I just said isn't some like up to a debate. It's not like some oh guys I could be crazy. That's like it is an objective fact. That's ridiculous. The fact you think on the outside of the stake is ridiculous.
Again.
I think the video had good points. Some, like I said, could be corrected. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong about the thing. Like why Twitch initially did that. I'm pretty sure it was correct. Like, why did Twitch stop signups from Israel?
Yeah, definitely a W from the H3 guy.
Even Google knows. Concerns about potential upload of graphic content related to a recent conflict in region, however. Yeah. I feel like the initial of doing that,
spinning the narrative.
Sometimes you have to do some form of measure.
Out of context,
I do agree though.
Evidence, a bit of doubt, of course, but still.
The whole month of ignoring, yes, that they're guilty 100%. They're guilty. They're dumb. Yes, that's now it shows bias. Now it shows that they're doing all that. Everything is proven.
A lot of evidence.
But the initial reason, is sound.
Good points, right?
Not showing in the video.
It's not a nothing burger. You try to say something.
Skewing the results of your research or whatever, which I think it's okay sometimes to say, take a little bit of an L to get a bigger W, because your W will be pure. Your W is going to be a lot more meaningful for people that are watching. You don't have to hide things. Well, no, Russia and Ukraine, usually these things happen when there's a precedent, okay? It's just, it's how it works in everywhere, okay? Dude, in chat, let's say, why are you saying question mark when I'm fucking talking? When there's a precedent for something, okay, it calls to action. It's like a human nature, okay? You don't do something until something breaks, right? You don't take the measures because we're not as preventive, right? Hold on. Now, let's say something happens. Somebody broadcasts a shooting or some shit like that, okay? Or something from another country or something like that, right? It happens once, twice, and now the news are saying it. Twitch is known for broadcasting acts of terrorism live and Twitch is like, dude, no, we don't do that. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Because somebody made an account and broadcasted it on a small channel, and it still made the news, whatever, right? Then they go like, okay, tomorrow here's what we're gonna do. Or since we deserve to make a new account from this city or this fucking place, we're just banning all signups until we figure out a solution to stop something happening. So we don't go to the headlines and we don't get fucking handled for legit, because that's not what we stand for. How is that a bad thing to do? How is that a bad
thing to do? Because they can easily
I do this daily with the chat. I have to.
Ban the people that are streaming it.
Do I have a ban phrase?
Same way as
for
YouTube
somebody's
bans
address in chat?
pornography on their
Probably not.
platform.
Right?
The same
but
way
if chat
that
post the address of one of my friends, whatever, I put a ban phrase on the address, and nobody can see it anymore.
I mean, Google
banned.
bans sites.
How hard is it to understand it? I don't have the filter before, but once somebody does it, I'm like, okay, right. People are doing this now. I have to combat it.
You just control it. You might be late.
I have to.
You can still control it, dude.
Like, otherwise, you're guilty for not doing it. Oh my god, are you even listening to the stream? Brother, even if that were the case, at least it's... I've just said that. I just said the whole time, both takes. I said, yes, the 6 months is deliberate and it shows signs 100% that they've known about it.
It's not necessarily that you can...
And they cashed in the win under the guise of, we had to do something. But the doing something
look like
isn't inherently
out of necessity.
wrong. So one is okay, the
other
one
they
isn't.
never do this in any other situation when
guys,
anything else goes bad. But for this specific
no, I'm not wrong about this
situation, right? They never do it. If in some place in the world a genocide happens, you can just stream that shit on Twitch and you will get banned. And everybody does will get banned. So why not just do the same thing in this particular situation? Right? It doesn't really make sense. I don't think the argument xQc makes sense. Right? Especially not considering that he argues both against and for it. Why? I don't get it. I just don't get it.